So this is a cold one with Corey and Carlisle. And if you don't know already, this is simply a free-form conversation recording session where Carlisle and I, we sit down, we have a six-pack of beer, and we talk about things that happened the previous week before. Now, these are more like audio podcasts, which means that they're longer than our video reviews, and they're also unedited. So if you're offended by the foul language, you might not want to listen. But if you aren't, then sit back, hang out with us, and we hope you enjoy. Thanks.
It's time once again for a couple of cold ones with Corey and Carlisle.
Yeah, this is a late one too, man.
It's real late tonight.
I know. Like I told you, I've been talking since 7 o'clock nonstop. But I'm gonna be all right for this, though.
We just unplugged the co-host and
rolled him back in the closet.
We just got like 3-4 reviews done, and now it's time to kick back with a couple of cold ones.
Oh, no, I actually feel like I'm relaxing with this one. So
Dude,
what's
I've
going
had
on?
A long day too.
So you weren't here last week.
No.
You should have come by. It was.
I was busy.
Okay, no, I know you got a life.
I mean, I was actually working. It was one of those things. I know you guys were joking around about me painting miniatures and eating like fish sandwiches.
Leon made that joke.
Shit.
I didn't say anything.
You made that
argued.
joke.
I argued on your behalf.
No, but I was working last week, but this week I am not working. So.
Look, good to have you back.
Likewise.
Good to have you back. Welcome back. So I know you want to jump into things right here.
No, not really. I'm not really.
I know you
excited.
you just want to cool off a little bit, kick back a little bit, man.
We'll chill.
We'll just talk about the weather.
I've had a chill
life.
weekend, man. Hey, I won a tournament today.
Okay, what is this tournament? What are you talking about?
Well, today's tournament, I went to a terrain building tournament.
Terrain building tournament.
That's
What
right.
you go? You do architecture now? What the hell are you talking about?
Well, no, you know those, the miniature war games I play, right?
Oh, I should have known.
Where I paint up all these. You were making fun of me last week. He's painting up a wizard and a dragon.
Okay,
yeah.
let's get it straight right now. Leon was the one that said
you were all over that.
Oh
shit,
no,
man.
I did say that first. Didn't I? Okay,
yeah, you sure as fuck did. Yeah, no, and I'm proud of it. I love this stuff, man. It's my hobby. It's and one of the things I'm big into right now is Warhammer 40K, and they have a tournament here in town once a month where you go and you build terrain. The stuff you put down on the table.
I know terrain when you building a patio. I don't know what the hell you're talking about right now.
I'm talking about like little, like today's theme was desertscapes. So I built all these. I built a crumbling pillar, a crumbling temple in the middle of the desert in 28 millimeter scale, and I built a bunch of outcroppings of rocks and built a sci-fi gas tower and I did that.
Man, you making it sound like you work for Greenpeace or something. Like you've been building shit for starving kids over in
Greenpeace
Africa.
for alien invasions. Yeah, it's shit to drive tanks around. Yeah, no, it's the type of stuff you put down on a table and a bunch of geeks sit around and roll dice.
Something. The Marines.
No, but I won free shit and it made me happy. So you know what?
All right, you know what? No, I'm glad that everybody has their hobbies, man. I'm glad
right.
You.
I have a new defiler for my KSRV and some Plague Marines, and I'm a happy motherfucking camper.
German to me. I don't know what the hell you talking about.
Specken Sie Kacken?
You would know that when you. I don't know, why would you even go there with that? The first thing you got to say is Specken Sie Kacken. What is that? Do I speak cock? Is that what you just asked me?
No, but apparently that's what you heard.
No,
so.
I heard was Speckensy and cock. Okay, I ain't even know what you thought.
Speckensy, fuck off. Let's
move
on to the top five. You just blew the whole thing.
Hitler of dick jokes. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the top five. Let's start with number 5.
Number 5.
Damn, that was a flat note, man. You didn't say
that. Was not a note. That was number 5.
Damn, you sound like The Price is Right.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Stop it.
I'm
gonna do? I'm gonna finish this beer so I can crack
number
this
5.
bottle upside your fucking
Come on,
head.
number fucking 5. What's number 5?
I'm trying to wait for you over there shaking and dancing like a goddamn stripper. Okay, 5 is Journey to the Center of the Earth.
If you don't want me to dance, don't put a pole here. That's all I'm saying.
It's not for you, but it's okay. Journey to the Center of the Earth made $6 million.
Still in the top 5.
Still in the top 5. Pretty much $7 million. It's grossed up to $73 million now. Not great for that movie, but okay, decent business. Let's go to number 4.
Number 4.
Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia. Now that movie, for a movie I did not like, it has done better than I had wanted it to. But that's okay. A lot of ABBA fans.
But what'd you expect? The thing is this is only the second movie of the summer to be targeted at women.
Yeah, that's true. First
and
one
it's targeted right at that 35 and up range, and they needed another movie because they've seen Sex and the City 80 times already.
Exactly. And
so it's
both
like,
those movies are hits, and this
movie
movie
a new
is.
movie.
Yeah, movies made $87 million right now. So hey, the over 40 women crowd, they need movies too.
And you know what that means? Billy Joel's Moving Out is coming up next, my man.
Now that you said it, yes. God damn you. Actually,
I'm moving on, but I'm moving out. Can
I ask you something? Why can you sing everything else but the numbers for the top 5?
Because last week I tuned in and I'm listening, and you're like doing the singing, and it's like, wow, he just killed it. The joke's over.
There was no joke. That's a part of what we do. It's no. I took your singing seriously.
I
there was
know,
no joke
you take
here.
that shit seriously. I'm just fucking around.
I've
got a microphone in front of me, so I'm like, fuck it, number 5, and there we go. But
I'm disappointed, man.
I know you are.
I'm really
you are
crushed.
disappointing.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Step Brothers.
Step fucking Brothers.
62 million, man. Well, I have to say, look, for a movie that I despise, the movie's done pretty well.
Well, yeah, and now they're just going to make... We can't get rid of Will Ferrell, dude. He's like the fucking Clap. He always comes back.
And there's an email I'm going to read later about Will Ferrell. It's very interesting. It goes into what I think about Will Ferrell because everybody thinks I hate Will Ferrell, and I'm going to talk about what I'm going to say later. All right. Number 2, The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
Thank God. Oh, I have not looked at this list yet. I'm so happy to see that not make number 1 because wow, was this movie craptastic.
It was close.
Or as I call it,
ass-tastic. Notice in the review, I spelled it out there for you, too.
You had to spell out ass-tastic.
I like
There's a lot of asses in it. Ass-tastic.
It just sounded good, man, when you said ass-tastic. Words could not just, there weren't enough. I had to.
You know what? We got to put that on one of the T-shirts.
Ass-tastic?
One of the T-shirts, just a picture of me and ass-tastic.
All right, I can do that. Whenever I do
Whenever you do fucking T-shirts.
All right, but I'm getting some help, man. I'm getting some help. I'll talk about that in a little bit.
Well, you need a lot of help. But number 1 obviously is that movie we don't talk about anymore.
We're going to talk about it, though.
Oh, but if we're going to talk about it, number 1.
Oh, there you go.
Dude, I'll sing for fucking Dark Knight, dude. I just went and saw Dark Knight again this week.
Did you go see it at the IMAX?
No, I saw it at IMAX the first time. I just went down to the Galaxy, man. Saw it digitally over there.
Curious, how is it watching it at another theater besides IMAX?
Dude, it's the same. In fact, I don't want to see it in IMAX again.
Why?
In IMAX, you talked about it in the review. I wanted to counter you because I thought it was fucking annoying. Because the thing about watching it in IMAX is there are several scenes where it fills the whole frame, and then it goes back down to letterboxed again. And then it fills the whole frame, and then it's letterboxed for a while. And then it fills the whole, it's like, it's back and forth.
Didn't notice that.
Oh, no, I totally noticed it. That's the whole thing.
I mean, I know they did it, but it didn't bother me.
Oh, it bothered me when I was watching it. And so I was really happy to go see it, and it looked fantastic. I mean, all those same scenes that were great in IMAX are still great on the big screen. And I really dug the shit out of it. People who enjoy IMAX, God bless them. But personally, I dug it. Now, granted, I also went and saw it at a theater that projected it digitally, so it looked beautiful. My only problem was, goddamn, I feel for you people.
You feel for me?
No. Not you people, people.
You
people out there listening.
You people.
You people. Don't get Chicken George on me, man.
What do you mean, you
What do you mean, you
What do you mean,
people?
Chicken and George? What do you mean, George?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Mean.
So, no, I went and saw a movie with a normal audience.
Okay, you know it's going to be crazy.
Oh, my God. Every motherfucker in that theater was talking.
Hey,
the people who weren't talking had fucking babies talking. There was actually a crowd, a group that had like 3 kids with them that kept talking to the movie. I almost got up and sat right next to them and just gave them the stare. Because I'd already seen the movie and they were just pissing me off. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be the creepy white guy and I'm just going to fuck with them. And the friend with me is like, dude, don't fucking do it. Don't fucking embarrass me, dude.
Let me tell you the irony that we have here. We have probably the best theater in town, which is the Highland, as far as projection goes.
It's a great theater.
Yeah, everything is projected digitally.
It is in the worst part of town.
It is like at a bus stop or something where all the black people go, and if anybody knows, this is one of the things you heard me go off about, all my thing about racism and whatnot, but I would tell you this much. If you go to a theater where there's a black audience, they're going to talk.
It is the closest theater to the Runberg area, which is like the very worst part of Austin. The Runberg area is the place you hear about on the news every Saturday night when somebody gets stabbed. And the other problem is it's 2 blocks west, or I'm sorry, it's 2 blocks east of Cracktown, which is
the Highland?
Yeah, the Highland, which is a few block radius of North Central Austin, where there are a number of crack houses. I lived there like years ago.
Is that where you go to get crack now?
That's where you go to get crack.
I've been trying to find a good crack house.
I know that because I used to live over there.
Because you used to buy crack over there.
Oh my God! No!
They ain't caffeine doing that to you.
I lived in a place that had 3 crack houses in the apartment complex. And it was right next to a day labor
Are you
place.
sure you weren't living in a crack house? You were that close? Did you just not wake up one day and be like, oh, that's what these people are doing here?
No. They just kind of, you move into a
crack.
place you don't realize, and then several of them spring up as new people move into the apartment complex. And
what's all these skinny white lip people doing here? I thought they were tenants.
I thought they were strippers. We're right across. See, the thing was, I lived right across the street from the Yellow Rose.
Jesus Christ, man. What were you doing?
Dude, there was a liquor store, a strip club, 3 crack houses, and Threadgills.
You should be used to people talking in theaters now. You were right in the hood.
Except, no, I went and moved on the other side of town, and then I get used to it.
They'll call you
but
back.
No, I was
You'll
so
be back
pissed
home.
because it's like you're really talking through the fucking dark night. It's not like they were yelling at the screen or nothing. They were like, oh, yeah, that was Bruce Wayne's really funny.
Man, look, black people love Batman. I mean, I think black people think Batman is black. I don't even think they know the difference between Bruce Wayne and Black Man. I mean, Batman.
Black Man.
I think that's what they think he is, Black Man. And they love Batman. They are going to talk to the Dark Knight like he's there, like he's his friend, like Batman is their
Dude,
friend.
that was just a miserable fucking experience.
I mean, it sucks that the best theater in town. You better go at 10 in the morning or something if you want to see Batman.
See, and the thing that just baked my noodle, the thing that just pissed me off is because I'm friends with the manager there. He's like, hey, come and see Batman. Come and bring your friend. Come on and see it tonight. It'll be great. All right. Hey, he like waves me on in. It's like, hey, come on in, man. So I didn't pay for it. So I couldn't go up and complain because it's like, I paid good money to see this movie and I don't need these motherfuckers talking through it. I want you to throw them out. No, I couldn't even say that. So I'm just like, shit.
Deal with the devil that you made. Live with it. Live with your decision. Anyway, look. Apparently,
number 1 movie. How much has it made so far?
It has made $394 million,
dude,
and that's 3 weeks.
And by tomorrow, it's going to cross the $400 million. People are talking that it could make Titanic numbers.
Well, that's what we talked about last week. Now, after looking at this, I think it's slowing down. I don't think it's going to do that. I think it's going to be number 2.
You know what? I don't know. The thing is keep in mind that the thing about Titanic numbers is $600 million is what they made in the States.
Exactly,
and they made $1.8 million worldwide. That's $1.8 billion worldwide.
I'm about to say.
But keep in mind that this is after just 3 weeks.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's the tally's slowing down.
Titanic after 3 weeks had made $30 million. The thing about Titanic is it played for 9 months and people kept seeing it.
Yeah.
There was no slowdown. I mean, they had 4 screenings of Batman that night. I went to the last screening, and there was still half a theater seeing that shit.
I think that it's going to have some comedies that are going to kind of bring it down a little bit. But who knows? I'm just saying, before last week, I was all gung-ho saying, yeah, man, this could possibly beat Titanic. It's beginning to show enough slowdown to where it probably may not. But it could be. I think it's going to definitely be number 2.
All I got to say is in its 3rd week, it made $100 million. In its 3rd fucking week, it made $100 million. Dude,
in its 3rd week,
because it had made $300 million by last weekend. At the end of last weekend, it had made $300 million. Now it's made $400 million. It made $100 million this week alone.
They're talking about this whole week.
This whole week.
Okay, I thought
it
you were talking
made
about
more
this
money
weekend.
this week
because it made $43 million.
Mamma Mia's made since it's come out, which was the same weekend.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the numbers here. The Mummy made $42 million. It was very close. That's why on Friday they thought that it had probably beat it. I don't know, man. Am I hoping for it to be the biggest movie of all time? Of course, definitely. Do I think it's going to do it? I think it might have some trouble, but
now,
who knows? Let's see.
It's had some negative side effects.
Like what?
Well, all of a sudden, every comic book property that was kind of cooling its heels and like, oh, you know what, comic book movies are over. All of a sudden, they've all been dug out. It's like, holy shit, we might have the next Batman.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of, too. I mean, and that's going to happen. With any big phenomenon, it's going to happen. People are going to try too hard. But at the same time, it could be a positive side effect because all the stuff that we're talking about, comics being taken more seriously in movies, I think people probably they're gonna wake up now and see that, regardless of what movies are being made. I think we've hit the next evolution of appreciation for comics and animation. So
I think one of the most important things that's going to happen as a result of this is that Warner Brothers, for one thing, will get their shit together and go, oh, so if you put real talent in a comic book movie, everybody will go see it and love it. So when we were thinking about putting all these no-name people that we could fuck out of money into Justice League, we could put real actors in there and make a really great movie. I think this is going to lead to a JLA movie getting greenlit with real celebrities instead of
yeah, they were going to mess up
nobodies.
that JLA movie. They were going to mess it up.
Yeah,
bad.
because they wanted to work with nobodies because it was cheaper. And now that they realize how much money can be made when you put someone like Heath Ledger in the role as the villain and you make a real story and that you can tell a story about five different characters.
I mean, don't get your hopes up is all I'm saying.
No. Getting my hopes up. I'm just saying I think that might be the ramifications. I think that might be what it is. This movie has really done a lot to it. It's got its own zeitgeist going on, man. It is its own thing. It is just taken off in a way that not even Warner Brothers thought they had something like. They were hoping for $400 million total.
Can I tell you something,
made that
though?
in 3 weeks.
I'm not even bragging. This is exactly what I thought would happen with this movie. This is exactly, I mean, this whole thing, I mean, this movie had so much going for it, so many unforeseen things going for it that I was like, this is going to be huge. This is exactly what I thought would happen.
You are bragging, so
no, I'm not bragging. I'm telling you that I'm happy to see that this is actually going on. I mean,
I don't think there's anybody
disappointed
disappointed by this, except maybe Fox going and only $10 million to our X-Files movie. Oh,
you were still harping on the X-Files movie,
dude.
That
man.
was years ago, man. Let that go. That was like 3 years ago.
The X-Files movie?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said X-Men. X-Files. Oh, yeah. That whole thing with the X. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the X-Files.
I'm sorry. No, I thought
X-Men.
No, I know.
Dude,
but
that movie was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, I know. X-Files. Yeah, I'm thinking like, what were they thinking? Bringing X-Files out of nowhere when they knew they had some shit going on like The Dark Knight. I mean, who gives a shit about the X-Files? And I don't even mean that in a bad way. Look,
I think they programmed it after The Dark Knight so that they could shrug. I mean, did you read that press release that Fox put out about it? Or at least the comments they made. It's like, well, it was a movie made expressly for the X-Files fans, and that's exactly who came out and saw it, so we're very happy. It's like, you're not happy about making $10 million off
nobody's
that movie.
happy about that shit. Shut the fuck. Did they really say that?
Yes, they really said that.
No one is happy about going... How much that movie cost to make?
They have to cover their ass because Fox has bombed with everything they've put out this year.
That movie is a huge. I mean, it's not a huge budget, but that movie's like over $50 million. If you make $10 million on a movie like that, that's a disappointment, a major disappointment.
Dude,
it's a bomb.
They might be on the verge of their final embarrassment, which is here in about 2 weeks.
What?
Clone Wars. No. Now here's the thing about it. Clone Wars is the first Star Wars movie not put out by Fox. Lucas.
It's Lucas. And the thing is,
Lucas took it elsewhere.
Wait a minute. What?
They lost. Lost the Star Wars license.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it Warner Brothers that's releasing it?
I can't remember exactly who's releasing it, but I know that it's someone other than Fox.
I can tell you this: the company here in Texas that represents Warner Brothers. They're the ones doing the marketing for that movie.
I wouldn't be surprised because it's like a Sunday afternoon screening. The only people that do that are Warner Brothers.
Although
and we did get that for Indy. They gave that Indiana Jones was a 2
Well,
PM
the Indy is Paramount, and Paramount and Warner Brothers are the same marketing people here in Texas. So that's why they do that.
The point is, this is the first Star Wars film not put out by Fox, and Fox all summer has had nothing but shit, and they've had bombs.
Well, what else have they had?
They had The Happening. They had Space Chimps, they had Meet Dave, and they had the X-Files. That was their summer lineup.
Damn, they did fuck up.
And the one property they could have had, but they fucked up, was Star Wars that Lucas took elsewhere. So now, if Star Wars does really good, that's the final nail in the coffin.
Why did Lucas take that elsewhere?
Because he wanted to, because he was... I don't know the actual story on it.
Actually, I could care less about Star
He's
Wars.
been dealing with Fox with Star Wars things since 1977, and all of a sudden he goes to another company.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, it could also have to do with something about television. I mean, to be honest, because Clone Wars is actually a pilot for a TV show.
Sure,
so it could be some distribution deal with that going on.
Sure, but
I mean, I'm not going to say because I don't know. I'm not going.
Point is, Fox isn't attached to it, and all Fox had this year was bombs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to say this. This might not have anything to do with Fox fucking up with Clone Wars. I mean, it just might be a television thing. But yeah, the rest of the roster, yeah, that's fucked, man. That's pretty bad. And let me just say this, man. I don't know. Do you think that it's what is going on with them? What do you think that is?
I think it's just insanity. I think it's just corporate stuff. They have had Tom Rothman has been in there for too long, and the entire company has just been sliding downhill. It's really been ever since he took over from the last guy. There was a marked drop in quality. I mean, here's the guy. Tom Rothman was the guy that back in 1999 was going, no, we can't make an X-Men movie. That's stupid. Nobody wants to see comic book movies. They fail. And then it was a huge hit. And then the second one was coming up, and he's like, look, I don't want to make a second one of these. This is just going to be an embarrassment. It's not going to work. And then it was an even bigger hit than
now
before.
Explain to people who Tom Rothman is.
Tom Rothman's the head of Fox. He's the guy who he was on the board for a long time and moved his way up to finally be the guy in the top position. And he's the guy who's been running Fox for the last, 5 or 6 years. Can't remember when he went in. But, man, ever since he got in, there's a decline in quality to where you end up with this summer. And really, when your summer lineup, the summer lineup of a company with the reputation and history of Fox is happening, Meet Dave, Space Chimps, and the X-Files movie.
Yeah, I'm looking at all these movies. None of these movies even opened up. I think none of them opened up in the top 3.
No, Happening did.
Oh,
Happening opened number 3.
Actually, okay, Happening did open
was
up
number 3.
I didn't know if that was number 4.
But that's the largest they opened. This is also the company that gave us Meet the Spartans.
Well, no, I know that. And the upcoming disaster movie.
No. That was they severed the cord on that. Disaster movies, Lionsgate.
Oh, did they? Well, you know what? Lionsgate, didn't they release something else that those guys had done too?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Anyway.
I mean, I thought Date Movie and Epic Movie were both Fox.
Date Movie, they were. Both those movies were Fox.
And
so
those
anyway.
are their other 2
well,
movies.
anyway, okay. Well,
but
who knows, man?
Point is, that was the summer from Fox. And then you look at companies like Paramount, you look at Universal, you look at Sony. They all had huge winners this year.
Hopefully this will be a wake-up call to anybody who thinks that a comic book movie can't do well. As much as I might try to talk about nerds and shit, I'm a big comic book person. And this is one of the things that I've said for years. How come they just can't look at comic books and see what's happening in the trend and actually take them for what they are? I'm so happy to see a lot of people are talking shit about. Well, not a lot of people are. A lot of people are excited about it, but they have some naysayers about Watchmen. And I have to say that, well, hey, maybe the movie will be good, maybe it won't. But I have to appreciate the fact that Zack Snyder, who's the director of that, is actually looking at this book and saying, hey, I saw how the potential was to fuck this up earlier because people want to change the story around. The book takes place in 1985. They even have Nixon, who's still president, and everybody want to make a contemporary story about. They want to change the president, or they want to make it about terrorism. And he's like, no, this book is a piece of art. It's a masterpiece. It's a well-written story. And he's like, look, I'm going to take this, and I'm actually going to create what was in this book. This book should be taken as a Bible, and they will just translate what is here.
I was worried about that for the longest time because when he first talked about that at Comic-Con last year, it was all the look. Now, we talked about this a few weeks ago. I guess 2 weeks ago we talked about The Watchmen because the trailer came out.
Yeah.
And then I got some details on it. And then just this week when I went and saw The Dark Knight, I saw the Watchmen trailer in a theater.
Yeah, no.
And I saw it for the first time big, and having heard what I heard and seeing it big for the first time, I was like, holy shit, I think he got this right.
No, actually listening to it, like, look, I'm not going to go on about Comic-Con and shit like that. I mean, did this last week, but I mean, fuck. The shit that they showed us for that movie, I was like, wow, I am blown away just by the fact that they went and got the imagery right. But to hear him talk about, say, hey, this is what was in the book, and this is the way I'm leaving it, because that's the importance of this book. I don't want to change that. That's what made it what it is. Did you ever hear? A lot of people don't know what The Watchmen is. It's a graphic novel. It's being made into a movie. It's written by Alan Moore, who's one of the greatest graphic novelists.
You cannot walk into a comic store right now without seeing it out there.
It's all out there. Yeah,
they just re-released it. Hell,
if you try to buy the book now on half.com, the prices have jacked up. So people know how valuable the book is.
You know what? That's weird. It's really weird because I've got a book that's for sale on half.com, and I just found a link to it this week, and my book is selling for like $192, and I'm like, that's a $40 book. Why is my book worth $192?
Is it The Watchmen?
No, it's not The Watchmen. I have no clue what the hell that was about. But point is, you can buy it at half.com for $192. Just not, I love my book. It's worth $192.
What book are you selling for $192?
Well,
is that like the holographic version of the Bible or something? What the
you
fuck
know, I wrote a book, right?
I didn't know it was your. Oh, what is it? Oh, one of those D&D books.
Yeah, I worked on a game book, and I worked on a game book with a bunch of other writers. And a bunch of people who are big in the industry, you know, people like Keith Baker, who created Eberron, and Rich Burlew, who writes Order of the Stick.
I know none of these people. I'm sorry.
You know, but other geeks out there are like, oh, hey, rock on.
Okay, that whole thing I said about nerds and shit, I'm not that much of a nerd. I know what the fuck that is.
Worked on a book. It's called The Tome of Artifacts. If any of you are hardcore fans and want to pay $192, apparently you can get it out there. I'm pretty sure you can find it for more than that. I still haven't. I've been waiting for the day that I can see it in the half-price bookstore where I can go, finally I'm a writer. I can see my work for sale at half price.
And you sitting at the door and like, wait, would you like my autograph? Be like, what the fuck that is? What are you
my autograph is what makes it half price. Dude, it's no, but anyhow, no, it's no, you cannot walk into a game store or a comic store without seeing The Watchmen right now. They had a reissue for it, especially for Comic-Con, that right when Comic-Con happened and the trailer released, my store here in town, the Dragon's Lair that I always go to, they've got like 50 copies on the wall right now. You can go out, find yourself a copy of The Watchmen. You can get it. You're talking about how it's worth that much. That's probably an older copy of it.
No, it is an older copy.
The new version of it, the version that you can buy right off the shelf, you can get for cheap. If you haven't listened to us enough, go out. Buy the fucking book. Read it. It is one of the best graphic novels ever made. When they say in the trailer, one of the most celebrated novels of all time. Novels of all time. It is.
Well, the thing is, it's not even. It's beyond being even a graphic novel. It just happens to have pictures in it, but it is a great novel. It's a great written story. It's even taught in some college courses. When it came out, some people even taught that in a college course, and it's going to be huge. I mean, if you don't know about it now, I'm telling you, it's going to be like 300. Like, nobody heard about 300 really except the hardcore fans.
Except us guys who had it on our shelves for like 4 years.
And then the movie blew up and was a mega hit. And now the same thing's going to happen to The Watchmen. I guarantee it. And you deserve to read it and then see how faithful this guy was to the story.
Is, and I think this is brilliant the way Warner Brothers has done this, because if Zack Snyder has done it like he claims he has, if he really was that slavish to the story and wanted to keep it exactly like the book, this is going to be one dark, intelligent fucking movie that's going to fuck your head.
And it's going to be kind of depressing, too.
Oh, no, it's heavy as shit. It does not, I don't want to ruin anything. It does not end well, but it does not end well in the best way. At the end, you're just like, oh, fuck.
No, it ain't none of that superhero shit. I mean, you thought Batman was dark. It ain't like that.
It's good. It is exactly what it needs to be, and it's so goddamn good.
It's funny. I'm gonna go back and reread it myself because I was when I was at a friend's house, I was thumbing through it, and I was like, I don't remember half this shit.
I did that back in March when I went on my flight up to Minneapolis. A buddy, Jason, who was on the who's on
League of Ordinary, Extremely Ordinary
Gentlemen. He was like, dude, you haven't read Watchmen in 5-10 years? Here. Have it, read it. And I was like, okay. And I read it again. I'm like, God damn, I love this book. This is,
it's a dense book, man. You got to read it. You have to read it if you haven't read it in years. I mean, if you haven't read it in years, go back and read it again, because that's what I'm going to do, because I don't remember half of it. But anyway, look out for that, man. The comic book movies, people have been saying for years doing the comics, take this shit seriously. You don't have to make it crazy. You don't have to make it wacky. You don't have to do what what's his name did with Batman and Robin, where he said, who directed that?
Well, now hold on. Yeah,
what's his name? Who directed Batman and Robin?
Oh God! Now that you've asked me that way.
Anyway, I can't believe I can't remember his name.
Nipples on the bat soup. Joel
Schumacher.
Joel Schumacher.
He said he made the comment that they're not called tragedy books; they're called comic books. So he decided it was funny.
Well,
People begin to
realize
realize
also
now that it's
defending the
serious.
choices of the producers at the time.
Well,
He made some. Joel Schumacher is one dark motherfucker, and throughout history, he was one hip motherfucker. He
made Car Wash.
He wrote
Car Wash.
He wrote Car Wash. He wrote The Wiz.
Yeah.
He directed The Lost Boys. He did 8mm, which was fantastic. He did Falling Down, which was awesome. He did Tigerland, which was incredible.
Phone Booth.
But he got in with Warner Brothers, was making big budget movies, and he let the producers push him around, and they said, "This is what we want." He's like, "Okay, you paid me $8 million, I'll do it." And he totally bent over for those people and fucked Batman.
Yeah. No, well, hey, they got it right now.
But it was awesome because it took Joel Schumacher fucking it for us to get Christopher Nolan to fucking make it awesome.
So he did something right. So there you go.
He did everything right.
Actually, I think they had a good Batman movie after Batman and Robin, which I don't know. You tell me. Mask of the Fantastic? No, that was before. That was way before. Sorry.
That was in the middle.
Yeah, that was.
Leon lent that to me. I've still got to sit at home. I should go home and watch that tonight.
That ain't bad. Anyway, so moving on to other things here. I'm just looking as I do every week.
Moving right along with loose and fancy free.
That's not even the word. That's the scariest Kermit the Frog I've heard. There's something scary about that. I don't know what it is.
Someday I'll find it. The acid connection.
That's what it is. You sound
pushers, like the dealers and me.
You sound like a retarded child molester when you do that. That's what that is.
Oh right God, I saw that guy today. No, I was at the game store and there's.
Are you serious? You saw somebody like
this guy who was playing. He was like this 40-year-old guy who looked like that creepy guy that pushes a mop in the movies, and he was playing Pokemon with a 6-year-old kid with his mom there, and the mom was like staring intently at this guy, worried. No, I know. We were all kind of. Somebody commented, "It was like, dude, you should check that out." And back, I'm like, "Yeah, well, it's just a grown man playing Pokemon. There's nothing wrong with that. It's kind of a fun game." And then I go back and go, "Oh my God, that guy touches pee-pees."
See, look, if you're a 40-year-old man, first of all, I even have my reservations about playing Pokemon. But if you're gonna play it to each their own, you don't play it with a 6-year-old kid. You play it at home when nobody can see you. It's just like masturbating. You don't play Pokemon out in public. You don't masturbate out in public.
You don't play with your Pokemon in public.
Exactly.
That's what Mom always said.
Exactly. You don't play with your Pikachu.
Wear a clean pair of underwear and don't play with your Pokemon in front of other people.
Get your ass in private. Don't do that. That dude was playing Pokemon out in public. He might as well have his pants down, stroking himself.
American Pokemon pimp.
I'm not going to even say anything about that. I want people looking for that. Anyway, hey.
Look for American Pokemon pimp.
No,
available on YouTube.
Don't do that. Let's see here. In other news here,
let's not talk about other news.
No. What is there to talk about?
There is no other news.
There is other news.
There's nothing. There's nothing.
What would you want to talk about then?
Nothing.
Okay, then. I got to move on to something. We got another 30 minutes left here.
Go ahead.
Do we
talk about something?
Do we have 30? Yeah, we do. Yeah.
I don't know. No, I don't have a watch.
No, it is about 30 minutes left. Okay.
Not Corey Coleman time, which means 10 minutes.
Exactly. So we're going to go overtime here. Christina Applegate. You remember Christina Applegate?
Oh, do I remember Christina Applegate?
Now that's the thing. Now you remember how hot she was and that rack she had when you were a kid? You're like, damn, that girl.
Dude, I swear to God here, I had that poster. Did you have the poster?
I didn't have it, but I
know which one I'm talking about. The one where she was wearing the leather and she had the hawk and the snake.
Everybody knows that poster.
That was the epitome of the 80s, dude. It was like you every time you stared at that, you like heard Poison in the background. It was, or Winger or Nelson.
I had a friend named Scott McCauley who was insanely into Christina Applegate. And he had that poster. And
I wasn't even into her, and I loved that fucking poster. It was the Christina Applegate poster. That was the Farrah Fawcett poster of the late 80s.
Exactly.
We had no taste in anything. Christina Applegate was our poster. Vanilla Ice was our hero. MC Hammer was God. And, that was the early fucking 90s, dude.
Oh, man, you reminded me.
I'm the
depressed
best movies
now.
in the world.
Actually, hip-hop was at its height in the 1980s.
And our version of Fight Club was called Pump Up the Volume.
What? I never. Oh, with Christian Slater?
Yeah.
Never saw it. Never saw it.
Oh, you're full of shit.
I never saw it.
Dude, go rent it. It's fucking great.
Well,
it was the Fight Club of 1989.
I will put that on my list. I will be sure to go and watch
it ourselves.
Let me see here. Okay,
that's Christina Applegate.
Okay, we're talking about how fine she is. All right, so she is going in for breast cancer.
Oh, why you got to bring that up, dude?
She is going.
Why is that what you're bringing up?
She is because
you know how I feel about celebrity gossip.
Man. You see how you just went on this fantasy about Christina Applegate, how fine she was. Does that not depress you, knowing that the thing that you loved her for the most is what she's going under
that
treatment
wasn't
for?
what I loved her for the most. I loved her because she was hot all around.
Well, part of that hotness is going under treatment for cancer.
Well, that's just depressing.
It
and
is.
You know what's really depressing is when you think about it in terms of what's going on in her life. She just got divorced recently.
Oh, that's good. I mean, for me,
She's what? That she's single and will have one breast?
no. Look, she's going under treatment for that. It's not. They didn't say she chopped it off or she's getting her breast sawed off or anything like that. She still has both of them. She's just going under treatment. And I'm sure technology today can give her a brand new lovable breast.
She was married to Jonathan Sheck for a while.
Who is that?
Okay, he's not gonna hear this, but the thing about Jonathan Sheck is that guy from That Thing You Do, who was the catchy guy, who was the really smart guy in the group, but who didn't want to be a pop guy. He wanted to be, the artist.
Okay, I guess I never saw that movie either.
You never saw That Thing You Do? He's
What
been in a
is it?
ton of stuff. He really has been around. He's a great actor. But the thing is that's his most memorable role. And when I met him several years ago, I met him just before he was just about to marry Christina Applegate, and everybody kept walking up to him going, "Oh, I loved you in That Thing You Do," and he's like, "Oh, thank you." But then he turned to me, he's like, "I made that movie like 7 fucking years ago, and I've made like 10 movies since then."
Okay, no wonder why nobody's heard of his ass.
No. He's not a
he
huge
made That
guy.
Thing You Do, and then he married Christina Applegate. So and he fucked up one of them.
Well, and he also made one of the movie on one of my worst list of all time, which I didn't want to mention to him, which was Doom Generation.
I saw that movie.
I fucking hate that movie.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
The guy,
it was an interesting movie.
Jonathan Sheck, great guy. The guy who starred opposite that in the movie.
Well,
James
look,
Duvall,
I want to
great
go into
guy.
Christina Applegate, man.
You want to talk? That's just going to depress me, dude.
I'm sorry.
Christina Applegate's got breast cancer.
Do you think this dude left her because she got breast cancer?
I highly doubt it. I think it was
'Cause I was
probably,
gonna say that'd be fucked
it's
up.
just another Hollywood thing, and it may have had something to do with the fact that she kept having a career going and he didn't.
Because she got an Emmy. I heard. I mean, I'm reading her shit right here. She got an Emmy. She's got a career in television. She's talking about how I'm working, I'm acting, and she's a 36-year-old woman, strong career. I mean, but I must say, look, even if I can't have a woman, if she's fine, I'm happy to hear that she's divorced. It's just in my mind knowing that I have a chance. I mean, I might not ever meet them, but the chance is still there. It's still a possibility.
That you could hook up with cancer survivor Christina Applegate.
That would even
Why
be
did
better.
you, dude? That's just fucking depressing. Why do you even want to fucking talk about that?
You were so fucking sensitive. It's not even funny.
Dude, that's just.
You've never even met Christina Applegate. What is making you so
No.
depressed about that? Why are you so sensitive about this shit? What is going on with you? Why are you looking at me? What is wrong? You really are down about this. Look at this. It brought you down.
Look, this is one of those things that you give me shit about. But the fact is, I've got friends that are friends of hers that know her, as
here
you know,
go.
that know that are.
You wouldn't even,
That I don't know her, but I know of friends who speak well of her.
it's funny.
And
You ain't
it's
even
their
name dropping
friend
friends now. You were
Christina.
name dropping friends of friends.
No, but it's just the fact that I know people that know her and have said really great things about her, that love her to death, and that say, "Oh, she's a great girl." And to hear that anybody has cancer is depressing, let alone somebody that I hear nothing but good things about.
Well, apparently you ain't that good of friends with them because you didn't know she had breast cancer.
No, I'm not good friends with her. I'm just saying.
Are her friends? They should have told you. They should have called you
Oh
and
yeah,
said she has
because
breast cancer.
they call me and say, "Oh, you know what? That person you don't know has fucking breast cancer."
They should have let you know.
That no,
And you could send her a card through them.
You know, it's just like if you told me if you told me about one of your friends constantly, and then like, "Oh, you know that dude I'm always telling you about, Bill? Yeah, oh yeah, he's got dick cancer."
You know what?
Yeah, sorry. It's like, oh man, that sucks. You know, that's not something you want to hear about. You're sitting back having a couple of beers with your buddy, talking about movies, and then one of them goes, "Oh, hey, you know that girl you fantasized about in 1989? Yeah, she's got breast cancer."
Now, see what you were looking at this. You were looking at it the wrong way, way the wrong way.
There's a right way to look at this.
Yes, it is. I should tell you about this, and you should say, you know what? I'm going to wish her the best. I'm glad I know this so that I can actually give her good graces.
Dude, that's
So,
absolutely
I did you a
what I'm
favor.
going to do, but I'm not. I don't want.
I did you a favor, man.
You didn't need no favors at all. That's just depressing.
I didn't depress you. I did. You're going to thank me tonight when you're praying for Christina Applegate to
Yeah,
get
I'm
through cancer.
really going to thank you.
You should be thanking me right now, but
thank
I'll let you
you.
go home and do that.
Thank you so much for thanks.
You.
Thank you. It's awesome.
It's almost sweet how sensitive a guy you are. It really is. I really appreciate this about you. The news of Christina Applegate. I'm gonna send her a card and write your name on it. Let her know that
Never
you
fucking heard of me. Like, who the fuck is Carlisle?
It doesn't matter. She's gonna
Is
be
that
happy to get it.
douchebag on that fucking podcast?
And then I'm
I
gonna
hate that guy.
I'm gonna put on in there. If you're still single, call Corey. All right, let's see if I got some happy news right here. Oh, here's something that won't depress you at all. Madonna has a documentary that's showing at Michael Moore's Film Festival.
What is it with you and the gossip this week? Oh my god!
Hey man, roll with it. It's
No,
news
you
out there.
love the gossip.
I do love the gossip.
And I
do.
hate gossip. You know I hate
It's
gossip.
not gossip. It's not like I talked about Madonna's latest affair. I said Madonna has a documentary. That's not gossip. That's actually film related news. It's
Do you know
legitimate.
anything about the documentary?
Do you know? I was hoping that you would probably know something. That's why I was asking.
I don't know anything about Madonna.
You know, I'm wondering if it's
I'm
any
a
good.
straight man. What the fuck am I supposed to know about Madonna? I got a friend who could tell me everything about it. He collects everything Madonna.
Who?
His name's Joey. He's awesome.
And he's a straight guy.
No.
Okay, I was about to say.
he's so not straight. No, he's the guy who we go down to Rain on 4th with.
Okay, what are you doing going with him? You going down? What are you doing?
Dude, have you ever been to a drag show? Those things are fun as shit.
And you calling me?
And do you know how many straight girls go to those clubs to not be hit on by
because I'm
by straight douchebags?
busy looking for straight girls in straight clubs. But,
Oh, my
I mean,
God.
that's fine. I mean,
Dude, there's so many fine straight girls there that you know. The thing is, you don't hit on them. You end up dancing with them and talking, and they find out you're straight and are a little like, wait, why are you coming here? It's like, oh, you know, my friend's gay, and I like to support him, and we come down and see the drag show because it's a lot of fun. And then it's like, oh, hey, great. I still don't want to go out with you, but you know what? It's worth the shot.
And you don't want to know about Madonna. What the?
Why would I want to know about
Because
Madonna?
you hang out at gay clubs. I mean, that must.
I don't hang out at gay
that
clubs.
must
I
wear
go
off
there
on you a little bit.
occasionally.
I mean, you must
I
soak
go
up
to
a little bit
lot
of gayness.
clubs.
You-
I am one swinging straight man, motherfucker. I am straight. Yeah.
I mean, you must want to listen to a couple of Madonna singles when you get home, at least. a
Only
little
the
bit.
ones with Justin Timberlake.
Okay.
I got 4 minutes to save the world.
Well, next time,
Motherfucker,
there you
4
go.
minutes. Yeah.
Next time you're with your gay Madonna loving friend, you ask him about Madonna's latest
I
documentary.
will ask him about her
and
shitty
I want to know about
documentary.
it. She might be
You
great.
know what? I mean, let's give it a shot, you know, because she starred in movies and they sucked. She married a director
Exactly.
and his movies started to suck. Let's see what happens if she can suck again as the director.
See, now you're onto something. There you go. Maybe the documentary route is the perfect thing for her. That's
suck
what I'm
it.
talking about. Yeah, maybe she will suck,
she
but I want to
hasn't
know.
sucked enough in film yet.
Outside of film, because I heard she could suck a mean dick. But that's just me.
Now we're going back to Derek Jeter and the gossip.
I didn't say. Did I name any names? I said nothing.
I know nothing
said
about Derek
nothing.
Jeter and his ginormous member.
I said nothing.
I have no fucking
I want to know about her documentary. I don't know what it's about. I just heard it showed at this film festival.
And you know what? I didn't. I'm surprised. See, I read Drudge Report on a regular basis, and Drudge hates Madonna. And I would think that the first thing Drudge would be all over would be Madonna showing a film in a Michael Moore film fest. That would be like the train wreck Matt Drudge
Exactly.
has been
I was
waiting for his whole life. It's like, can we get Al Gore there? That would be awesome. If we can work China in there somewhere, it'll be the greatest story ever.
See, look at you into gossip too. See, look at that.
No, I'm not into gossip.
You love gossip. Everybody
I don't.
loves gossip.
I hate gossip, dude. I do
Everybody.
not.
And
like
this wasn't
gossip.
gossip. And Christina Applegate having breast cancer wasn't gossip.
That was gossip.
How is that gossip?
Because it's just about it's stories about the people, not the art. I only care about the art. I don't give a shit if you're an asshole. I don't give a shit if you're a great guy. I care about the fucking
the
movies you make.
people. If Christina Applegate has breast cancer, I want to know about this because I want to care. I care about the
You
people.
want to fondle that breast. Is all you fucking
goddamn
care
right I do. And you would too.
about. No,
You
dude,
can't tell me.
Fuck, Jesus.
You can't tell me if that
That's
was
just
funny.
depressing, dude. Woman's fucking wrestling with cancer, and you're making jokes about how you want to hit that. Oh my god!
I ain't a joke. I do. Hell, I take it with one breast. What are you talking about? I think she's beautiful. I'm not superficial when it comes to that. I'm not. Hey, look, I'm giving my hopes out there.
I'd hit it if it were ugly because she's so fine. I don't fucking know.
Maybe
dude.
so. I don't know. What's on you? What's on your mind? Let's. You know what?
Let's move on. You got another story.
I got a story here about. I have a story about a unicorn and in a lovely magical land where everything is happy.
Okay, but that's enough for of Barack Obama this week. Let's move on to
Barack Obama.
Megaforce.
What? Okay, all right. Before I get into email, we got some stuff we can read here. But is there anything you want to talk about? What can I do to cheer you up?
Dude, at this point, nothing. You fucking brought cancer into the mix.
Damn.
You don't
just
want to. You don't want to
you,
hear.
you can't even like read the horoscopes without getting depressed.
No,
The sign
that's
cancer.
fine.
Cancer.
No, dude.
Oh my God.
Here is an actress who I have followed since I was very young.
Having a poster doesn't mean following.
No,
Jerking off to a
dude. I have
poster
seen
is-
so many of her fucking movies. Dude, can you tell me what she did on Miserable Company?
I sure can. I can tell you.
What did she do?
She walked on the screen and looked fine.
She wasn't in Miserable Company.
Well, whatever she was in, I can tell you whatever she did. She walked in and looked
I'm sorry,
fine.
Miserable Comforters.
Ain't nothing miserable about her comfort.
You know what? No. Okay.
I-
She did not act in that movie. It was right before she married Jonathan Sheck. It was a film he directed, and she did Transportation, she did Crafty, she did all the behind the scenes stuff. She like helped him make his first film and did all the stuff behind the scenes. Here she is, this big star, and she's like making sandwiches for these no-name actors.
Hey, well, hopefully she sacrificed a little something for her man with the hopes that he would do the same for her.
Yeah, and you know what?
That's what a marriage is.
And then you hear that woman has breast cancer.
well, look,
How does that make you feel?
it makes me feel hopeful for her. It makes me feel like, wow, you know what? She was a good person. She supported her husband.
She's a great
and
person,
I'm thinking
and
that
karma just fucked her in the ass with breast cancer.
it hasn't done
Thank
that yet.
you.
It hasn't done that yet. We don't know. It didn't say she's dead. It didn't say that she lost her breast. It just said she has breast cancer. Let's hope that this is okay. Let's depress you.
Give
what do
me,
you want to talk
give me,
about?
give me something that will make me.
All right, now you're gonna make me look. I'm trying to help you out. I don't want you to be depressed anymore. What do you want to talk about here?
Give me something. Give me some. You have this whole grand plan. Apparently, it's all of depressing things. Madonna's made another film. Oh joy! Can't wait for that. That woman's awesome.
So, which one is more depressing than you, the breast cancer story or Madonna?
The breast cancer, because at least Madonna I can ignore.
All right, let me see here. What we got? Oh, here's something you'll love.
Okay.
All right, it's about Paris Hilton. I'm just fucking with you. I'm not
Oh,
gonna
wait a
read
second. Go fuck yourself.
that. I'm not. Is that a story?
No.
Okay.
No, and I know for a fact that Paris isn't in the news. The only person in the news right now is Lindsay Lohan.
What did she do? See, look at this. You
Nothing.
caught up on gossip.
That was the thing, is nothing. It was like the biggest non-story of the week. It's, the fucking mayor of, or the police chief of L.A. shot off at the mouth. He's like, people are saying, how are things going? He's like, you know what? Everything's calmed down. Paris has left town to go off and mess with other things, thank God. And Britney Spears has stopped going out partying, and Lindsay Lohan has gone gay. And so everything in town is nice and peaceful, and the paparazzi
wait a minute. Back
are
up.
calmed down. Now, that's the thing. That's exactly where the non-story came in, because that's what this guy said. That's what this asshole went and said. Just shot off at the mouth like that. And then everybody went, whoa, 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 whoa. Lindsay Lohan's gay? Well, and if you read the press, yeah, she has her friend who about a year ago it came out that she was texting back and forth. She's in love with this DJ girl. She's had this girlfriend for a couple years. It's no big thing. And this guy made a big deal about it. And then Lindsay Lohan threw out, fired back going, what the hell are you being so offensive for? Blah, blah, blah. And I really didn't read much of the story, so I don't know if she denied being gay or not, but it really was a non-story. And it's like, dude, don't be an asshole.
That ain't no non-story. That's not a that put images in my head. I thank you. You talk about undepressing the situation. That's good right there. You don't feel a little happier thinking about that? You don't feel a little bit more elevated, a little more joyful? Images of gay Lindsay Lohan making out with some other hot DJ? Not doing anything
first
for
of all,
you?
the DJ's not hot. And
Oh, you've seen the DJ?
What?
You've seen the DJ?
Dude, you can't see a single picture of Lindsay without seeing this drugged out girl next to
Okay, I haven't seen her. Don't depress me. Don't describe her. I'm good right now.
Right now, you're seeing her on the stripper pole with another stripper, and it's hot. This is like true lesbian sex, where it's like, wow, dude, you don't really want to watch that.
I'm happy right now. Don't ruin it for me. Don't depress me. Okay, you know what we're gonna do?
Did I mention that they both have breast cancer?
And I know that's a lie. But if they do, I'm praying for them. I'm hopeful for them. See,
and she just
I'm
got
all for the
divorced,
people.
so you're.
This is a fantasy land for me right here. Okay, we're gonna move on to email. Hopefully, some of this will take
Thank
your mind
God.
off of. It'll take your mind off of what just happened. Will make you a happier person. All right, so I'm gonna go on with the first email here, which is about Will Ferrell. And I said I was gonna address something about Will Ferrell, and it's from Brad. And Brad says, "Hey Corey, you've been talking a lot about Will Ferrell and how disappointed you are of him. Well, for Semi-Pro, I actually got to be an extra for that movie. And I noticed that Will Ferrell was actually the one actor who was taking his job seriously on the set, while all the other actors just joked around. And he goes on to say, and God damn it, I'm always so far away from the screen I can't see anything. Let's see. Where's that fucking period at? Okay, he says, do you ever feel bad about giving a harsh review on someone who probably put a lot of work into their work? And I will say this, you know what? Yes, I do. I actually do feel kind of bad about that because regardless of what people think, I have nothing against Will Ferrell. And look, when you say I'm disappointed in Will Ferrell, it makes it seem like, oh, my opinion matters about Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell could give a fuck about what I think, and I'm just saying I see potential in him doing something different. I wish he would. My disappointment means nothing to him, and I don't mean to sound like I'm really taking my opinion of him that seriously. Will Ferrell, I think, is somebody who does put a lot of hard work into whatever it is that he does. That is why he is where he is right now. I would like to see that hard work be put into something different because after seeing so many movies of Will Ferrell, I see him doing a lot of the same thing. I've been recommended 2 movies. Tell me if you heard of this one movie. Okay, we always mention Stranger Than Fiction, but there was another movie where he had a small role and he did no joking around in it at all. And somebody told me what it was, but I can't remember the title.
It's not Winter's Passing. It's something about the cold.
Something like that. About. I guess. I'm not going to even pretend to know the title. I figured if you hadn't heard about it, yeah, it must be.
I've seen it. I just can't remember the name. It's not Winter's Passing, but it's something in that.
Okay. Well, I'm going to just come out and say that, yeah, I do feel bad. I'm not one of those guys who wants to be snarky and give bad reviews to movies unless I feel like somebody's really not trying. I think Will Ferrell is doing what he loves to do, and he takes pride in his work. I think I can see that. So, yeah, I don't want to go around bashing a guy just to bash him, but do I think I see potential in something different? Yes, I do, and I would like to see that. So,
I don't feel bad in the slightest, especially in this kind of situation. Here you have somebody that's got multi-million-dollar machine behind what he's doing. If this was a guy who is just, pouring his heart into something, being, dead serious, and it didn't come out good, then it's like, dude, I can't rip you apart, but I'm not going to talk about you either. Fuck it. It just wasn't a good movie.
Yeah.
But here's a guy who gets paid tons of money to do this over and over again and keeps making the same fucking movie over and over again. I don't care how serious he is. The fact is, he's got these multi-million-dollar machines forcing these movies down our throat, and it's like, you've got to see it. It's the greatest, funniest movie you'll ever see in your life. And it's like, shit, it was just like his last fucking movie. Oh, my God. I feel no pain or remorse in bashing a terrible film like that wasted my time, no matter how much he poured into it. If he's not good, he's just not good. And, if I don't like it, that's kind of my job to say that I don't like it. So be it. That's how it works.
Yeah, I'm not losing sleep over it. If I give something a bad review, like people said, wow, you interviewed him and then you went back and gave his movie a bad review. Yeah, because that's what he did. So I'm not saying I lose sleep or I feel that bad. I'm just saying that I understand the situation too, where I don't know. I'm just speaking from an area I don't know. Maybe Will Ferrell, those are the roles he are given. Maybe he's typecast or whatever.
Fuck
I don't know.
No, he has written most of those movies that he's been in. And he's starring in his buddy's film, this guy he works with all the time, Adam McKay.
Yeah.
Now, I watched that interview you did with him, in which he admits that the critics universally liked the one film that he went where someone else wrote the script and it was a genius script and he picked out this great script and a great character and worked with all these great actors and made a film that everybody loved him in, that everyone watched it and said, wow, what a great movie. I own that fucking movie. I love that movie. It's called Stranger Than Fiction.
But it wasn't a huge success.
It wasn't a huge success, but it was released in the fall when films like that don't do huge. They didn't give it the summer push. They didn't try to push it as one of his big movies. But the thing is he acknowledged that the critics loved it. He loved the critical acclaim, and he'd like to do more movies than that. So what does he do? He goes and pumps his producing power into making another film where he plays a fucking man-child. Do I feel bad? No, I don't. He's milking the tit of the cash cow for as long as he can until he feels it's time that he can move on to a more serious stage in his life.
Now, I'll play devil's advocate here and say that maybe he's right in that, but maybe those are the projects that get greenlit. I mean, who knows? I mean, when you get caught into something where you make a lot of money for being who you are, a lot of people will say, okay, That's fine. We'll do this later. But right now, give me another semi-pro or whatever, or another sports movie where you play a buffoon. That's what makes the money. And even somebody as big as Will Ferrell could possibly be caught in that kind of system. I mean, I don't know.
And then when you do that, what happens? I know people who do this. They take the really great roles in independent films that they make no money for, and they ask for back end just in case the film does well.
Now, I agree with you there that a lot of actors have the opportunity to make smaller movies. There's always that there.
And Will Ferrell does. Will Ferrell's got the kind of juice that he can make these better films. He can make these better comedies. He could go ahead and have a whole team combing through every script in Hollywood looking for genius comedy scripts. Instead, he's sitting down with his buddies at the typewriter and writing more crap where he plays a man-child and drapes his balls all over a fucking drum set for a minute.
Man.
It's like, you know, when he made the joke and he said, I'm gonna put my balls on your drum set. It's like, okay, I get that joke. But then when he actually takes the fake pair of balls and rubs it all over the fucking drum set, fuck you, Will Ferrell. Fuck you. You know what? You deserve every bad word I have to say about you.
No, you know how much I detested that movie, and I feel the same way. It's just, I'm just going to claim to not know all the workings of what goes on with somebody. The moment that I know Will Ferrell is actually doing this shit because because he has a choice and he just says, I want to make money, I don't give a fuck. That's when I was like, say fuck you. But right now I will say my disappointment, but I'll also say I don't know what's going on with him. I mean, I hope that that's not the case, but whatever. I mean, basically, yes, I like Will Ferrell. I have nothing against him personally, except that he keeps making the same shitty shit over and over again, and it's beginning to be very transparent. So I saw it. For the most part, I agree with you. So anyway,
next email.
Yeah, and this will be the last one because this is not that. A bunch of people keep writing a bunch of bunch of people they ask Batman questions like look, I'm Batmaned out on the email, so
I've been Batmaned out for 3 fucking months.
Yeah, I'll answer them personally, but on the cold ones we've read enough. So let's see what we have here. This is a good one. With all the remakes coming out the next few years, a question keeps coming up. I understand and don't mind remakes. But why is Hollywood remaking movies that we all know were just terrible or stupid in the first place? And he gives examples such as Prom Night, Motel Hell, etc. Thanks for any help. And that's from Patrick. I would have to say that if you are going to make a remake of a shitty movie.
Yeah.
The problem is they take shitty movies and they make worse movies out of them.
Well, it's just that you have so many people making shitty movies, period. I mean, it has nothing to do with the remake. I mean, they'd be making I'm knocking over beer bottles.
No,
that time of night.
It's collapsing.
They'd be making a shitty movie whether it's a remake or not. I think shitty movies are the very best movies to remake. You look at my favorite example is Man on Fire. Man on Fire was a shitty 1989 Scott Glenn action film that nobody remembered, that was just fucking lame as hell. Tony Scott loved the idea based upon the book and got a great screenwriter, Brian Helgeland, to adapt the screenplay based upon the original book and the original screenplay, made it fucking awesome and turned it into an incredible action film. If you've never seen Denzel Washington in Man on Fire, Tony Scott's version, oh my God, is it fucking awesome.
Yeah, he was great.
It is the perfect example of a remake. You take a crappy movie and you make an awesome movie out of it. You can do that. Why are they remaking crappy movies? Because they're looking for name recognition. They're looking for people to go, oh, yeah, I saw Prom Night when I was a kid. Shit, yeah, I'll check this out.
Yeah.
And Prom Night had nothing to do with Prom Night, and it was just a shitty movie. And then, the Motel Hell, I didn't even know they were remaking that. God, have we not seen enough movies where they make sausage out of human bodies? I'm sorry if I'm spoiling the fucking movie, but that's what it was fucking about. And yeah, it was a lame movie, but it was a lame movie that had a couple great visuals at the time.
Yeah, no, I look. I don't mind remakes. Like I said, make remakes of movies that need them. But yeah, look, they've been making remakes for years. So I have nothing against them. It's just when you remake them worse. For example, Prom Night. The first one had some sort of camp value to it, at least. The remake was as bland as you can get. Now, I have seen a movie that I've recommended to people, and a lot of people don't even like it. Maybe it's because I know what the original is, and it's from one of your favorite directors, just to show you that I do like this guy sometimes, Michael Bay. The Island is a remake of a movie. And they will not. Man, that movie is a remake, and they will not admit it.
Of a movie. It wasn't a remake. They refused to acknowledge. They got sued in court and they lost.
Let me tell you something. That movie,
if you watch the Clonus Horror,
the Clonus Horror. If you watch the Clonus Horror and look at the island, they remade that movie.
And the Clonus Horror is so fucking bad too.
It is bad,
god awful, terrible.
And
bad.
I looked at the island, and I thought when I saw the island, I was like, "Oh, they remade the Clonus Horror." Clonus as it's called right now.
You have to mention the one Michael Bay film. I don't like to include in his filmography.
See, I thought like they took a bad movie and they made it better. There's certain shots and scenery in the Clonus that are mimicked in the island, and they won't acknowledge it.
The island is the perfect example of what I love and what I hate about Michael Bay. See, the thing is, you give me a lot of guff for liking Michael Bay.
Not just me; everybody does.
No, everybody in you three give me a lot of shit.
That's what I mean by everybody.
I love Michael Bay. I love Michael Bay a lot. And the reason I love Michael Bay is I love him for what he's good for. I don't think he's this genius, all-encompassing director. Michael Bay's no good with story. You don't give a good story to Michael Bay. If you have a great script, you don't hand it to Michael Bay. Michael Bay is an action director. He directs action better than anybody in the fucking business. Everybody rips him off. There's actually shots in the business that are referred to as his movies. Like when you talk about an Armageddon shot in the movie lingo, if you say, "Oh, hey, this is my Armageddon shot," that means that's your slow motion shot where you're following a group of 3 to 7 people slow motion walking towards the camera as the camera keeps rolling back. That's the Armageddon shot.
That's not a Reservoir Dogs shot?
No, because Reservoir Dogs kept cutting around. The Armageddon shot is referencing that moment when they're slow walking towards the camera before they get on the space shuttles. He is great at car chases. Okay. He's great at blowing shit up. He's great at all that stuff. The thing is, he's not good with story. And here you give him a great story like The Island, and he can't wait to get out. He can't wait to get out of that thing so he can have them jump off skyscrapers and get in high-speed chases that don't work in the fucking movie.
Well, I mean, look, that's one of the few movies I thought was an underrated Michael Bay movie because, like I said, I saw Clonus and I saw Clonus and I was like, he actually took this movie, and I don't care what anybody says. That movie is a remake, and I don't know why they don't want to acknowledge it. But
because they had to pay a lot of money because they got sued because it wasn't a remake, it was a ripoff. Because a remake, you own the rights. A ripoff is when you don't own the rights to make the movie anyway.
So it's a total
knockoff of the fucking.
Exactly.
I was like, no, it's the same idea, yada yada. And I finally rented it, and I sat down and watched Clonus Horror, and I'm like, oh my God, this is the same fucking movie as The Island.
And I don't know why. And that's the thing. I don't know why they wouldn't acknowledge that or why they stole it or whatever.
They didn't have the rights.
But see, and that's what I'm saying. Is like, wow,
it was a forgotten '70s film, and some guys who wrote the script thought they could get away with it. They updated it. Said, you know, it'd be great if we did this. And then it got remade in a big deal, and it went before a judge and jury, and they looked at it and said, fuck you.
But I tell you what,
I doubt anyone in the production even knew.
No, they did, because there are certain scenes in that movie that they actually reference in the original. That whole thing where they're in the basement, all the pipes and whatnot, all that shit with the suits and everything.
Dude,
the shit
but that could have been written into the script.
No, well, all this stuff with them running out on the hill, and there's
the same.
I mean, there were certain shots that were kind of the same. Seriously, and my point is that ripoff or remake. Technically, it's a remake, whether it's legal or not.
It is better than the Clonus Horror,
and it is better than that. And I was like, wow.
If you're going to watch Clonus Horror, I highly recommend Volume 12 of the DVD set of Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Oh, did they do a riff of that?
They did Clonus Horror on Volume 12. I have it at home, and that's the best way to watch Clonus Horror.
Clonus, man, is actually an interesting movie, but I was just saying it's not a good movie. I thought Michael Bay updated it pretty well. So my point here is that I really do like when they can take a property that wasn't done well before and remake it into something better. That's very legitimate. And they've taken some good things and made it even better. I mean, Cape Fear is an update, a very good update of an old classic.
Dude, and so even I mean, I wrote my top 5 list of my favorite 5 remakes of all time. I mean, hell, you look at Magnificent Seven, you look at Ben-Hur, you look at 3:10 to Yuma, you look at Dawn of the Dead. These are all great updates that are actually superior to the originals. I love the original Dawn of the Dead, but you know what? Zack Snyder's new one is a lot more fun.
I love that movie.
And that's the one I watch more often. I have them both on DVD, but the one I pull out when I want to watch it, is my version with Ving Rhames.
No, I couldn't disagree, man. I love that movie. I used to watch the movie every night. Dawn of the Dead, Zack Snyder's. Every night, you just put it on as background. Love zombies. Love that movie. But anyway, that's my whole answer there. They're gonna make remakes. Some of them, and they're making so many of them. It's gonna be hit or miss now. I mean, that's what they do now. You're gonna have some that are good, some that are not, and chances are more often than not, they're gonna not be that good. So. Why? Because, like you said, name recognition, money, out of ideas, an easy property to pick up.
It has nothing to do with out of ideas. I hate people who say out of ideas. It's not that they're
out of ideas.
No, they're looking for something marketable. It's not that they're out of ideas. There are plenty of original scripts floating around, but people don't know how to sell them. These guys who work in the studios know how to sell Prom Night. They know how to sell Motel
I disagree
Hell.
because there are some movies where you say, we've never heard of this before. Why do a remake? And somebody's like, well, fuck it. It's our property. Let's do it.
I'm telling you, it's because they know how to sell it. There's so many great scripts out there. It's like we were just talking about Stranger Than Fiction. They didn't know how to sell that film because Will Ferrell fans don't want to watch an intelligent film where people know how to string sentences together. And the people that are intelligent and want to see this movie don't want to see a fucking Will Ferrell movie. How do we sell that to people? We went and saw it because we were critics and we were invited for free. So we said, fuck it, we'll give it a shot. Same reason we saw Step Bros. We saw this incredibly great movie. Hollywood knows how to sell remakes. They do not know how to sell original stuff.
That's a lack of an idea right there to keep selling remakes. That's just them not knowing how to sell original.
It's not.
No, look, it's not that people are running out of ideas. As long as there's human beings, there's imagination. But there's a certain amount of laziness that's there also. I mean, because they don't want to take a risk with certain things.
It all has to do with people who manage to get into positions that they don't understand.
So I won't even say laziness. It's not even laziness. It's that we need security. Somebody who's working as an exec and their job is on the line, what are they going to do? They're going to say, fuck it. I'm going to pick out a property that's safe.
And that's what I'm talking about. It has nothing to do with a lack of ideas. It has to do with playing safe. It has to do with taking something they know will work. A sequel to a successful film is a safe idea. A remake of a classic movie is a safe idea because it's going to make the money whether it's good or not because everyone's fucking curious. They have to know. If they remade The Thing, which they're not doing, thank God.
Were they not? Because they're talking about making a prequel of that. They're not doing.
They're making a prequel to it.
Okay.
Which is brilliant. It's, hey, let's find out what happened to the Norwegians. That's fucking awesome. I want to see that movie. And it doesn't, even if it's bad, it doesn't deter the original or mar the original, or it's not a remake. It's a prequel. And that's a cool idea of what they're thinking about. But, when it comes down to it, it's all about these people are taking the safe bets. They're selling what they know they can sell. If they sit there and go Prom Night, it's got sexy teens, it's got a killer, it's got a name, and a classic movie that starred Jamie Lee Curtis.
All right, computer
night,
ran
everybody.
out. There you go. Get it over with. Good night. Yeah, the
You
computer.
and your crappy computer. I'm in the middle of.
This is not
I'm going off, and your little
don't-
Apple just goes. I can't take it anymore. I'm gonna shut down.
I love the way you like to blame Apple for everything. It is not the fact that it's an Apple computer.
I'm a PC guy. I built my computer. You bought yours from a 19-year-old named Chet.
So what if I did? What's the problem with that? My computer works fine. It works fine.
Except when it cuts me off in the middle of a rant.
That's your problem, not the
No,
computer's.
yeah, it is my problem. My problem is you bought a crappy fucking Apple.
I bought this computer cost
Hey,
more than...
here's a tip for it. Steve Jobs has
You
cancer.
know what?
How awesome is that?
I don't care nothing about the computer from him. This
Fucking lame-ass computers cut me
I
off.
love the way you
middle of a
like to
rant.
say his computer's lame. This computer's perfect. I love the way...
Except that it cuts me off
because that's the
every
way
fucking week. It's like, I can't take it. You got to wait for me to render now, and I'm going to take
Hey,
forever to
I
render.
love this. I love this. I hate PCs because I love PCs because I built mine. I hate Macs because I can't afford one. And look at you, man.
Can't afford
You
one.
can't afford a Mac. That's why you hate it.
I can afford
Yeah,
like 12,000 little
it's-
plastic men.
It's
and
just
I can't
like the
afford
way
a Mac.
you.
I just don't like Mac. I
I love the way you look at my iPhone because you hate my iPhone because you envy it because you want one.
Dude, I don't like. Dude, I don't even have a cell phone at all. I hate cell phones.
because you can't afford one. That's why.
What is this? Because
you have-
aside from the fact that we get get paid nothing here.
Because you have a hatred of things for no reason. It's like this
No,
Mac.
not
This
no
Mac works
reason.
perfectly fine. If you want to know the honest
Except
truth,
that it fucking cuts me
you know,
off.
If you want to know the truth, that I've edited on a PC before. PCs are shitty machines to edit on.
Oh,
this
absolutely.
This is like more than perfect.
I'm just making fun of your Mac because I know it's a sore spot with you. You had to get
no,
off. You make fun. You don't like stuff for no reason. No, there's plenty of reasons I don't like.
Hey,
shit,
look, I'm
but-
saying this to you with a smile. My Mac is perfect. My Mac is absolutely perfect.
Except that it cuts
My
me
Mac
off in
is
the
a
middle of
dream
a rant.
machine. We know every week that this thing has an hour limit to record on, just like a lot of PC programs. If you ever worked with what was their editing program?
Acid?
Premiere. If you ever worked with
I
Premiere,
don't work with Premiere. I work with Acid.
And there's some other program. Everything has a limit that it records to,
Sure.
and it stops. And that's what this is. You know, it's normal.
And
That's
whose
all.
job is it to let me know that the time is coming up?
I thought that maybe you would go on this rant and you would stop, and I don't want to interrupt you. I wanted you to like be able to get it out and
Can't
just stop
give me
and
a
stop.
little point to go, dude. It's kind of
Well, I'll tell you what I did.
or the
actually.
wrap it up sign.
I tell you what I did. I was actually trying something new here because I usually do that. I thought I did an experiment. I thought that and because early when I had the what do you call it the
Herpes?
Yeah, I got that cleared
Gonorrhea?
up already. No,
The
I got that
clap?
cleared up too.
Chlamydia?
No. I haven't exploded. I'll stick it in my dick. No,
Ass poking.
the cell phone cop or whatever it is, the guy that came over earlier to do the bonus Colwins.
The cell phone cop.
Yeah, the camera phone cop. He doesn't want me to say his name. So,
rent-a-cop.
when he came over, it went over an hour, and so I thought, that's because I stopped in the middle and started recording, and I thought like if I tried that here, I wouldn't have to interrupt your rant. But apparently, it stops at somewhere near an hour when you
apple
do that.
went.
Yeah, no, you went wow. This apple's
No,
fine.
I didn't. I kept going.
This
I'm like
fine.
the Energizer fucking bunny of
You know
rants,
why?
dude.
'Cause-
I will keep fucking
Exactly,
talking
that's what this-
until the computer fucking shuts off. But then
That's
this
what
fucking
this Mac
glowing
said.
apple that I'm staring at,
This fucking
that's
Mac
glaring
said,
up at
I
me,
can't
laughing,
even-
going, "I'm gonna cut you off in the middle of a rant."
No, that Mac said I can't. I can't take this shit no
He
more.
can't
I got to
take
get
this
out of
shit.
here.
He
You-
cannot hang.
You know how your
Mac
rants are.
cannot hang, motherfucker.
A Mac or PC.
What a lame
You know what?
ass Mac.
Even a PC would say, "Man, I can't deal with this motherfucker no more. I got to shut down."
No, a PC would give you the blue screen of death and say, "I'm sorry, man, you just lost everything.
Well,
It's
that's
all
true.
gone." There's that. And you know what? I'm going to rearrange everything on your desktop too, because that'll be fun.
Yeah, in other
That's
words,
what a PC would fucking
As
do.
we know, computers are not perfect, no matter what they are.
No, but I love making fun of your Mac, and you get all defensive about it, like because
No.
Oh my God, you hate my fucking iPhone. I hate cell phones. The only reason I hate your fucking iPhone is because you pick it up and look at it constantly, not only during movies but during recording.
that with
sessions,
any phone.
because you've got to know who fucking called you, even though you're not
I
answering.
do that with any phone.
I know,
and
which
I,
is the
and I
only
love it
reason
how
I
you
hate
say.
the fucking iPhone.
I love it how you say I'm upset, but you are the one in such. You are in such a
got on
tiff
the
right
mood.
now.
I'm 5 beers in now.
You
I'm
are
doing great.
insane.
I am ready to go. Let's have another hour of cold ones. It's awesome.
You're crazy. Look at
Dude,
you.
it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome.
Come down. Come off the roof.
Get the broom.
Exactly.
I'm up here with Leon. He's still up here from last week. It's awesome.
Man, let me let you get out of here because you are going crazy right now. I don't want you to drive and hurt somebody on your way home.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I am going to go ahead and say good night. And
Good
I'm gonna
night, Gracie.
And there you go. I'm going to let you do
Good
this.
night, everybody.
See. So this is a cold one with Corey and Carlisle. And if you don't know already, this is simply a free-form conversation recording session where Carlisle and I, we sit down, we have a 6-pack of beer, and we talk about things that happened the previous week before. Now, these are more like audio podcasts, which means that they're longer than our video reviews, and they're also unedited. So if you're offended by the foul language, you might not want to listen. But if you aren't, then sit back, hang out with us, and we hope you enjoy. Thanks. It's time once again for a couple of cold ones with Corey and, well, 2 special guests. Well, 1 special guest, 1 asshole.
Hey,
up
I'm special too, damn it.
there. Yeah, you are special.
That's what my maker told me.
Well, as you can tell, we got the co-host. The co-host
That's right.
3,000 up here.
That's right, suckers.
3,000.
Co-host 3000 in your
And-
face.
And I'm very honored to have a special guest with us. Oh, don't roll your eyes at me, man. Come on.
Great
He's so
honor.
full of shit. Isn't
I'm
he?
not full of shit. I was flattered that you asked to be a guest. I'm here with the camera phone cop.
Yes.
And I'm not going to do that. We call him the camera phone cop because that is what he is.
Damn pig.
Camera phone here. He worked.
Thought Thought I smelled bacon.
Oh, I smell pork
Nice
up in
thing
this.
is, I'll never have to let 3,000 in to see another movie.
You won't.
Oh,
You should
don't worry,
arrest
you
him
won't-
right
you
now.
Never find me.
Yeah,
I'm in there
he-
more than you know.
Yeah, you should report him. He downloads. He's a pirate.
I do what I,
I
want.
can't let him in. He's probably got some sort of cybernetic camera.
I got more than that.
Shit will be
brother.
on the internet before it finishes in
I'm
the
packing
theater.
my butterfly knife in case I run into you.
See. Now just get used to this because there's no containing him. All right.
Right, punk.
Now the reason why we call you the camera phone cop is because you go to the screenings with us, and at the screenings you're the one. Now I don't know how many people have gone to a public screening or a press screening, but at these screenings, at least for the high profile films and some of the smaller ones, you are the security, and what you are doing is you are making sure that there is no piracy going on. In fact, you got your night goggles, night vision going on to make sure that there's no camera phones,
Get your utility belt.
dressed like Batman. Yeah, he's the original Batman. You look for what do you look for? You look for camera phones. You look for cell phones. What else do you look for?
Any digital recording device, any audio recorder, video recorder, pictures, things of that nature. Anything that could assist in, shall we say, a copyright infringement.
Yeah, like double D breast. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sure you look for that too,
I know,
right?
Come on, man. Now to be honest, in the dark, do you see some fine ass girl and you see her cleavage hanging out? You're like,
Do you go to the same screenings I go to?
man, come on now. You know
There's only a couple of theaters where that's a possibility of happening. In the majority of the theaters we go to, that's
Like
there's-
patting
yeah.
down your mom. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
So I mean, come on now. The regulars not so hot, but sometimes they get those college screenings and
Those are fun.
yeah, those hot
You
girls
go
show
to
up.
Dobie Mall and do a screening there. I've done several there, and you've got 250, and it's pretty evenly split between the
Guys and girls.
hipsters and the co-eds.
Just let everyone know Dobie Mall, the theater there, that's located on campus.
Yeah, exactly. So
A lot
hey,
of college hotties.
yeah, boy, I know.
Hottest girls in the world, apparently.
Haven't I seen you hanging out at that mall?
No, you didn't see anything.
No, he's hanging out at the playground.
know
At the-
nothing.
at the comic book shop there, right?
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
I'll tell you something, man. They would get by on me. You don't want to give me no night vision goggles on the screening because I'll be looking at the oldest, ugliest chick in there. As long as she got breasts, I'm
They look all green. It takes any sexual innuendo out of it.
looking at a bunch of Kermit the Frogs.
Exactly.
No, that's funny. So even audio is forbidden. Now, how do you look for audio recording equipment?
It's more difficult, obviously. You're looking for anything flashing. If somebody's going to record audio, though, it's not going to be in their pocket because what would be the point of the muffled audio? So you're going to see it when you check in row by row and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Now I volunteered to do this, and now I'm sitting here wondering, shit. Is everything I'm looking for being out there a good thing?
Yeah, right.
I'm not real sure about that.
See, look, you finding something, you discovering things about yourself while you're here. That is what we are here
Hey,
for.
I got to ask you, how often do you actually catch people recording stuff in the theater?
Actually, Austin's a real good market. It doesn't happen very often. Though one time, it's kind of a funny story. The one time we did catch someone, it was like a little kid, 14, 15-year-old kid took a picture of Jessica Simpson playing Daisy Duke in the Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh,
I
man.
can't blame him.
Come
Yeah.
on, man. You got to give him that. He's 14. He's taking that home.
You know what's funny about that is that even taking a still picture is considered piracy, and
Yeah.
you can go to jail for it. But on a military post, I don't know if any of you guys listening out there were in the military, but it doesn't pay to be a fuck up when your father or mother's in the military. Because not only do you get screwed up, but they get fucked up.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
So like the MPs come and they called his staff sergeant to come pick up his son, and obviously we're not going to follow up and see what happened. We didn't follow up to see what happened to the kid, but basically the kid took a picture and it could have cost his dad a stripe or some shit.
I'm telling you, his kid got his ass beat.
Yeah,
I mean, just so he
See,
can
that's
just
why you
jack
don't
off
have to worry about. Yeah, exactly.
He's on the front lines right now. That poor little kid. All I did was take a picture.
Yeah,
All I did was take a picture.
He's now at the United States Military Academy at West Point.
get your ass out of here. No, that's amazing. And I'm not even making a joke here. That is amazing that the piracy is taken so seriously right now that taking a picture of Jessica Simpson can actually ruin your parents' military career. I'll give them a blotchy record.
Right. Yeah. And it's just kind of it's the result of being in the military. If you're in the military, don't raise hooligans. I'm against hooligan children to begin with.
Because you got some kids of your own.
I've got a daughter of my own.
So you
and-
just have a daughter.
Correct. Just
She's I met her.
nine-year-old
She's
daughter.
really cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't impress me as a hooligan, man. You must whoop her ass or something. You must get her in line.
I try to.
Like she's scared of you when I walked in.
Well, I'm more scared that she's a girl and she's 9, and I've been reading the papers. That's scary.
Oh, and you know what? And you're a guy, and you know how you were towards girls when you were a teenager. And I hear all fathers say that.
I'll have you know right now, she started judo at 4.
Really?
Dang.
Yeah.
Little crime fighter, huh?
No, yeah. No wonder she gave me that kung fu grip when I shook her hand at the theater. I was like, God damn.
Well,
No,
Corey, how can somebody look at you and not think of you as a criminal?
Oh, fuck you.
Come on.
Shut up. I'm not asking you
It's a good
questions.
kid you're raising there.
So no, I like that attitude. No hooligans. Like, you want to jack off to what was it? Jessica Simpson. Look for a magazine picture.
There you
Don't
go.
come in and take pictures in the theater. He
Oh,
deserves it.
And that kid's no different than 11 billion other people that I run into. I said the eye candy is much better at a college screening.
Yeah.
But it's also a hell of a lot bigger pain in the ass when you're screening as well. Because every person in college has a cell phone. And it used to be girls text messaging each other. Now it's guys and girls.
Yeah.
It's unisex texting. And the fact of the matter is they don't understand it. Turn your phone off doesn't mean turn it silent, make it vibrate. Oh, I can still text. It's like, no, if I see your phone on, you got to go. Because you could have a camera on.
I've seen you do that.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen you take somebody out.
And guys, just to let you know, texting, if you're a guy, it's still gay. All right? So don't do it.
Oh, please.
Don't do it.
Unless it's to your wife.
Be a man.
There
Write a
you go,
letter.
yeah.
Write a
See?
letter and be a man. What happened to pencil and paper?
By the way, camera phone, check your phone. I just sent you a message, by the way. I'm glad you're here. What are you up to?
What are you doing? I'm sitting right next
Well,
to you,
here, let me
dumbass.
reply. Hold on.
Fuck F you.
Thanks for having me, Corey. Oh, shit, I misspelled it. Who cares?
BTW. F
So I got
you.
a question. I got a question for the cop here, the internet looking
Police.
for cell phone police. Yeah. Is bootlegging a movie just as bad as beating up an old lady and shooting her with a Glock?
If I'm working the movie, it absolutely is.
It is.
That's what he
Okay.
gets paid to do. That means that's his career. That's his job. And it's like, hey,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't wanna
You've seen
lose these
that.
contracts.
You've seen that commercial, right? The old lady's getting beat down.
Is that a real commercial?
Stabbed. Yeah,
I saw them making fun of that on the Boondocks. I didn't know that was an actual commercial.
It is. I think it is. You see this old lady getting beat down. I hope it is. that was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Great ad campaign. Great ad
Maybe
campaign.
it was the Boondocks.
Look, I'm not gonna ruin it for you.
Wow.
Yes, I mean, I know that's what you're here to enforce. That yes, co-host, it is worse than beating up an old lady. If
All right.
If you videotape a movie without asking, you're doing piracy, that you might as well just shoot an old lady in the head.
That's right.
All right. Well,
Damn, come on, man. What
Sorry.
kind of stupid ass question
sorry,
is that?
old ladies.
Where are your morals, huh?
Forgiveness, please.
You hate old people. I know that. I knew this. So
They're old.
tell me, what is the? You know what? Damn, co-host, ask me another question. I'm just open the door, man. It's hot in here.
Oh, yeah, it is.
that Texas
But please,
summertime.
please
is
leave
hot.
on all your
I
clothes.
thought it was me overheating over here, suffering.
Corey, I mean it. Leave on all your clothes. Corey,
Yeah. Corey's so sweaty, I thought he peed his pants, but well,
When I said keep
maybe
talking,
he
man,
did.
I didn't mean
Anyway.
for you to go in that direction.
Oh, let me ask you another question. How many celebrities have you caught in the theater bootlegging their own movie? Huh?
the celebrity screenings are always fun because you've got to be clicking your heels because they've got all the studio reps there and they're making sure you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's,
Right.
crossing your I's, dotting your
Well, I figure
T's,
some
whatever.
some celebrities would be so pompous that they just like, hey, I'll do whatever I want as far as taking out my cell phone,
No.
making business agreements on the phone while their movie's playing. Business.
usually, I haven't really met but one group of celebrities that actually stayed. They came for the intro, hung out, and then that's not true. I've seen a couple of folks, but they weren't real celebrities. That Iraq picture that came out, they premiered it at Paramount.
The Stop Loss.
Stop Loss, thank
Yeah.
you. The director actually stayed the whole movie, checking it out, listening to the reaction. And then the other group was Broken Lizard.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
guys are a trip. I
Oh,
swear
man.
to God,
I bet.
they walk around
Yeah.
drunk all the time.
I bet they're great. I bet they're hilarious.
Yeah, I'm sure they're really fun to hang out with, but just sitting through some of their movies can be torturous.
Yeah, Dude, I would love to. That would be a good group of people. Not that you're not enough, Corey, but that would be a great group to do a couple of cold ones with.
There you go.
No, I know. You don't have to tell me. I'm better than
Troopers,
Broken
yeah.
Lizard. Super Troopers.
Super
was
Troopers
fun.
is by far still my
Yeah.
favorite comedy.
Let's just say the Broken
yeah.
Lizard guys. They did Super Troopers, Club Dread,
Club Dread.
Beer
That was
Fest.
all right.
Beer Fest. I
Beer
didn't see Beer
Fest.
Dread. I didn't see Beer Fest, but they one of the guys, the Indian, directed Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Correct.
Which I know you probably like, right? You say.
It was all right.
I mean, we had that discussion. You like?
I still haven't seen it.
It was all right.
I can't take that movie, but no. Hey, they seem like a great group of guys, man. Now, speaking of celebrities, you see probably a lot of celebrities because you pull security at the Alamo Drafthouse. And the Alamo Drafthouse, they have a bunch of special screenings. And for those of you who don't know, Alamo Drafthouse is the famous place in Austin where you can drink and get food and watch a movie. Do
Real
a bunch of
food,
special
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, real food, burgers and shit. Not that old orange-ass fluorescent nacho shit.
Though there is something to be said about that fluorescent nacho shit, you know.
Man, let me tell you
It's easy
something.
to solve crimes.
A lot of people have asked me when I was at Comic-Con. A lot of people asked me because I mentioned something. I said I spent a lot of time on the toilet, and I wasn't lying either. I got so hungry because I was working the place, and I had to stay in a room all day covering a panel, and I broke down and got hungry. So I got some nachos, extra jalapenos, because I thought that would be some more nourishment or something. I could get my vitamin C out of that or something. It's
Or at least it would help dissolve the cheese once it hits your bowels.
No, it's worse, man. I was thinking, well, jalapenos are something of a fruit or a vegetable. I'll take that. But, man, I must have spent like a good 4 hours walking back and forth to the toilet shitting.
Yelling,
Good
come
for you."
on, ice cream.
Man, were you typing on your blogs while you were crapping?
I was. I tried to go to a party that Leon was at, and
Yeah.
I walked downstairs and walked my ass right back around with those stairs. I had my towel over my head like I was a boxer.
It's funny, Corey. I thought your blog stunk, but you know, hey.
He'll be here all week, folks.
But at the Alamo they got real food. They got the hamburgers, the pizza, the
Pizzas.
sandwiches. They have salads that are really good, and then the beer selection is pretty good too. A little overpriced for all that shit, if you ask me.
Well, but if you think about it, though, it's still actually cheaper than going to the movies and getting $5 popcorn. You can
Man,
get a $6
$20
hamburger.
popcorn.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, that's still. I'd much rather pay $6-7 for a burger than $5 for a thing of popcorn.
Exactly, a large Coke, and I'm not even joking. A large Coke. Let's just bump it up. It's $5, man. It's $4.75. $5 for a fucking Coke at the theater.
That's right.
You believe that shit? So, but you work there sometimes, and at the Alamo, and so I imagine you see a lot of celebrities going in
There, and when the Austin Film Festival rolls around and South by
Okay,
Film Festival do stuff at the Paramount, they'll usually have a lot of folks in as well.
All right,
So
who's the biggest asshole you've ever met?
That's what I was going to ask. Come on, you can say.
Come on, spit it out.
trying to think.
All right, has everybody been pretty cool? Because
Well, see, the thing is I don't really interact with them a whole lot. I kind of see them. They kind of walk in, acknowledge me, and then move on about their business because they don't know me. They don't want to know me.
You seen any of them act like inappropriate to their fans? Like, fan trying to get an autograph and the director goes, "Get the hell out of my face, you nerd."
I wish I could. I wish I could drop
Damn.
a dime on someone, but I've never seen it.
I have to say that
My job's obviously very boring.
what the hell are you doing here?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get some
Get the
dirty
hell
out. You don't look at breasts with your night vision goggles. You don't know an asshole celebrity. What the fuck are you doing here?
Invited
Get
this
outta
man
here.
in my house.
Exactly. Get out of here. Co-host, what are you doing? I'll talk to you. No,
I'll make up some stories.
I have to say, in all my years of doing interviews with celebrities, I really have not met one real asshole. Not one. I mean, even Go ahead.
The people that handle them can be.
Oh man, Jesus!
The story,
I've even got a story about Corey demanding makeup for television or something.
Oh, I knew it.
Everybody knows that story. I told you that. The
No,
whole-
what were you asking for?
Man,
Mascara?
everybody
What
knows. Yeah,
Lipstick?
lipstick. I want to look pretty. No,
Ready
it was
for my close-up?
It was for
Pretty.
semi-pro,
So pretty.
man. For semi-pro, everybody's heard this, but I'll tell you
Yeah,
while we're
okay,
here.
tell me.
I'll tell it real quick. If it was for semi-pro, interviewing Will Ferrell, go in, sit down, and the guy comes over and he's like, "Oh, you're a little shiny. I got to put a little powder on your forehead, on your face." I'm like, "Okay."
So he's got these tan blotches on. No,
Yeah, exactly. Sitting up there looking like I'm a Victorian queen or something, a little rouge.
Was he trying to paint you white the whole time, Corey? Did he come over with a paintbrush?
Put a wig on me
White,
and shit.
there you go.
Mr. Farrell would not
Here's a
like to meet
blonde
with any
wig.
African Americans today.
yeah.
Purely white reporters.
Yeah, didn't we tell you celebrities are terrified of the African Americans?
Yeah, Will Ferrell is scared of black people. Offset, so we really need to get you.
You look like the Joker.
Yeah, exactly. Came in there with some spray paint, my hair green and shit. No, man. So I go in there and I'm thinking, okay, it's cool. I didn't ask for this. The interview goes well. In fact, Will Ferrell is nice, and I heard he was actually complimentary when I left. He's like, that guy is actually one of the coolest people that that interviewed me. He's actually real nice. But I get out in the hallway, and one of the marketing people is telling me, "Corey, man, you're fucking killing me here, man. You're killing me, man. You're killing me." And I'm like, what? I said, what did I do, man? He's like, and the guy who's telling me this is actually a real cool guy. He's the one that got jumped on. He's like, "Dude, you sitting down asking for fucking makeup, man. What are you doing? Huh? I mean, I let you in late. You come in here and you just can't go demanding stuff like it's like." I'm not gonna say his name, but he's a nice guy. He's like, I said, "Look, I just sat down and a guy put makeup on me. That's all I did. And I was kind of mad. My feelings were hurt. I was like, man, you know what? Forget it.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
So Corey has feelings?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, my black heart, my soulless heart.
Damn.
I sent emails. And I was like, something.
Once again, Corey, the black man's always getting accused of something.
I know. You would have swore I took his wallet or something. That's what they said next. Mr. Farrell's missing his wallet. Don't leave the building.
Yeah. You don't pay to be black.
And this is the first time Corey actually wasn't doing something at the time.
Oh,
look at this.
God.
Everybody's a comedian over here. This fucking guy. I invite him in here in the studio and he does this. But no, he's right. So that was, and it turns out that the guy who was yelling at him was Will Ferrell's PR guy. Now, Will Ferrell's being nice. His PR guy is sitting up there just throwing his weight around because he can. It was not a big deal.
So did he believe you?
The guy I was talking to, he believed me. He's like, look, man, I'm sorry. That's what his PR guy told me.
Oh.
And he's like, he's been jumping on me all day. He's like, it's cool, man. Don't worry about it. Because I was huffing and puffing. Like, well, I'll never do an interview with you again.
Look, it's not my fault. The guy came in and started making me look all pretty. I started having flashbacks.
But no, that's the story, man. So it worked out.
That's
cool.
his story, and he's sticking to it.
It's sticking to it. So you're right. It's good that you notice that PR people are assholes sometimes. Man.
Yeah, I mean,
they're the ones who come in demanding stuff.
Correct, and it's interesting because I have to be political and handle them. It's like the reps that for those that don't go to the screening, the studio always assigns a local rep as well, and our job is to make sure that person's happy. You know, and actually all the reps here in Austin are really pretty cool. Whatever the orders of the day are, whether it's night vision or just bag checks or whatever it is, they seem all pretty laid back now that we've gotten to know them all. But they could make life pretty miserable if not.
No, I can understand that completely. I'm glad I have you here, though, because I think right now, as we do, you have a different viewing experience with movies more than the average person. In fact, your experience with movies is probably it is. It's way different than ours because we go see a movie. We see more movies than the average person. That goes without saying. However, you see movies about 4 or 5 times, and within a span of 2 or 3 weeks.
And never the movies I want to see 4 or 5 times.
So Rambo, because I remember that night, you remember we were going to the park, me and Leon were leaving, and you're like, let's go see Rambo. And I was like, yeah. And you said, I could watch this about 6 more times.
Great Corey story. He didn't, he recorded with Carlisle, and Carlisle's the one who'd seen the movie. Corey hadn't really seen it. And so he went back, and, Corey makes his living by reviewing movies. And so he keeps somewhat of a disinterested...
if you call that a living, by the way.
Well, yeah. Seeing where he lives, that's a stretch.
Shimmy shack.
With all the bamboo on the walls. What is this?
Vietnam with you. Shut up.
Anyway, Corey, we're sitting in there watching it. And for those of you who've seen Rambo, you've seen it, right, co-host?
Of course.
And
I watch it every day. Bright and early in the morning.
When John Rambo pulls his bow back and puts an arrow in the face of the bald-headed mercenary who's trying to run and says, live for nothing, or live for something, or die for nothing. And
live free, die hard?
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, Corey's supposed to stay disinterested, be able to review these movies. He sits up straight in his chair and goes, bitch! I mean, in front of the whole theater and everything. I mean, the dude got bitched.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've seen the movie, he got bitch slapped back in the next week. But it was so funny to see somebody who's generally has that distance from watching a movie to just get so wrapped up in it. And when he came out, I just looked at him and said, that's what I'm talking about. That's why this movie is so awesome.
That's why that movie rocks.
And you know something? That was a bitch moment because everybody in the theater knew it because when I said that, everybody was thinking the same thing because everybody was like,
everybody
that's right.
cheered.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody cheered.
I couldn't help it, man, because that asshole had been asking for it through the whole movie.
Yeah,
and you would wait for that moment for him to get his ass whooped. And Stallone,
sitting there
Rambo,
bad-mouthing Rambo. And you're just sitting there going, dude, when you see him on the boat and he's just calling him Boatman and just punking him and stuff, and you're just waiting for Rambo just to tear his ass off.
And he does. And that's one of the... you're lucky I was there because I think watching that movie here, I was screaming, kill the last 40 minutes. Kill!
No,
keep
man.
killing!
That was my bonding moment with the camera phone copier because he was on his way home. And he saw us walking out and he's like, you guys ain't seen Rambo? He's like, come on, let's go in and see it again.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Exactly.
Just got done with the screening. Yeah. Rambo had just started, and to be fair, we missed the first 5 minutes, which to me is very important in that movie because it makes you really, really hate the terrorists, Myanmar soldiers,
bad
whatever.
dudes.
I mean, you're watching this going, you just get this visceral reaction of, okay, every one of these fuckers really needs to die a horrible
yeah.
death.
Yeah.
And they
Torn apart.
caught a part of that. And if you watch the first 5 or 10 minutes, you get twice of that. Twice the amount.
And see, I still have yet to see that 5 minutes, but when you told me that, I was like, Jesus Christ, there's more? Is that more than what we saw?
Yeah, you hate them twice as much.
It's like people on the site were begging me to see that movie. I was like, I plan on seeing it. Don't worry. And once I did,
And sure enough,
holy
you knew the gospel.
Jesus.
The gospel of Rambo.
I was ready to kill after that movie.
It's been on the HBO rotation, so it's now on all my DVRs at home. I go to sleep to that movie sometimes.
Damn, don't let nobody piss you off. Are you sure you can handle this job? You're not going to go Rambo on somebody? Now,
The only people I'm going to go Rambo on are the first 20 people who are at every single screening I go to.
see, people, he's telling you something. We got regulars who go and they camp out for every movie that's free.
and they still don't know the damn rules.
Are those the quote unquote prize horse?
Prize horse.
Okay, I would dare say that some of them are prize horse and some of them aren't.
Some of them are fairly cool individuals, and
Right.
they figure it out to where they get there. But there are some that are just assholes.
Well, I figure that they're there at the theater so often that it almost becomes like their second home, where they feel like they have like some kind of like just no rules apply to them.
Yeah, I
because they're
generally
constantly
report to a movie. We generally report an hour and a half before the movie is supposed to start to check on the film, unlock it, things like that, to get it to the crew, the theater staff, so they can build it. And without fail, if it's a promotional screening, I know who the first 10 to 20 people are going to be in line. Without fail.
Okay, I got a question for you then. I want to get back to this whole movie watching thing about 5 times or whatnot, but I'm not going to name any names, anything like that. There are certain people who show up disabled, and there's been rumors that they aren't. Do you know anything about that? Or is this just people trying to backstab this woman to get her out?
I have my own suspicions.
Okay,
I'll
that's
leave it at
enough
that. I don't know that is without merit, but I can't confirm that it does have merit.
That's enough for me. She ain't crippled. That bitch ain't crippled.
No, the ones that really irritate me are the ones that come in, and again, I'm going to leave this as bland as possible, but they like to go sit in the handicap seats down in front, which is cool. If I go into a movie, no seats are open, I'm going to sit there because damn near right in the middle of the auditorium.
Exactly.
But we've told this person multiple times, somebody shows up in a wheelchair,
Gotta go.
you got to go.
Get your ass up, sucker.
And sure enough, they finally got caught one time. Somebody comes rolling up in a chair, and their friends with him who's not in a chair, so he needs a seat. He says, "I want those," and he's got every right to them.
Yeah.
And she and her family threw a fit. Well, I was here before them. Why did I get? And the thing is it happened at a theater that actually has like tabards or something that sit over the chair, basically, that say these are reserved until after the movie starts.
Is that at the AMC?
Yes.
Yes.
That one. And so I said, not only have I told you this, but it's marked on the chairs, and that's theater policy.
Yeah.
And she was livid. They couldn't sit together. Then they couldn't get good seats because the theater was almost full at that point. It's like, sorry, you don't get a choice in the matter. But that is the worst part. You have co-host. I want you to know you can be an ass.
Yeah,
but you have nothing on some of these people.
Oh yeah,
I'm not beating up people in wheelchairs.
You've never
private
seen
people in wheelchairs.
You've never seen what people will do for a free movie.
And it's funny
scary.
because these people are at a free movie and they seem to have this sense of privilege when they come in.
Well, and the thing is, they all forget that these screenings 9 times out of 10 are for the press. If nobody else showed up, they would still do them because the press is going to come in, review their movie, hopefully give it a good review. Mm. If it weren't for the press, there wouldn't be a third of the screenings we have now.
Yeah.
But they'll come in, and people will show up at 7:15 for a 7:30 summer blockbuster, and then get pissed that they didn't get in. It's like
the Romans?
Why'd they give me this ticket then? And it's like, can you read your ticket, sir, please?
Yeah. Oh, I've seen that several times.
All you folks listening out there, read your damn promo tickets.
Read, what's that?
Ticket does not guarantee admission. It says it on every one of them.
It does when I get it.
No, it's funny, man, because I see that. I've seen that ever since I started doing this. I mean, you look for all the detail on the back because you want to make sure you get in. You should be nervous about that. And people take for granted, I'll be able to get a seat.
I've got people who line up for screenings, especially if it's big movies, 2.5 to 3 hours before the movie's going to start.
See, and that's what you're up against. For these big
And don't you
movies.
get super pissed when you know it's for a horrible movie that no one is going to see?
I laugh at them. But this is something Corey and I were talking about earlier, though. There are very few movies. There's only ever been one movie that, had I paid for it, I would have asked for my money back. Only one.
Oh, The
Yeah.
Love Guru?
No.
No, hadn't
Take it,
seen
the
it.
other one. Take a guess. The other one.
Keep going.
What was that?
Come on, you close.
Damn,
Where you been?
that's that stupid disaster movie. The one before it.
Oh, you got it. Meet the Spartans.
Meet the
Meet
Spartans.
the Spartans.
There you go.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I tried to
yeah.
erase it from my head, Corey. Thank you.
Well, sorry to bring it back
Meet
up.
the Spartans.
If
Okay,
we
well, that
suffer,
was
you
it?
suffer.
That was horrible.
Oh,
Hadn't
wow.
seen The Love Guru, but,
Don't,
So you didn't work the Love Guru then?
no,
don't do
didn't
it.
do that one.
Don't
So,
do it.
What's it like, man, having to see these movies 5 times, 6 times? I mean,
I can pretty much sing the soundtrack of Tenacious D and The Pick of Destiny.
we were talking about that. You saw that 5 times within 3
I think
weeks,
we
right?
screened it 5 times in 3 weeks.
Wow. Now, why do they have screenings 5 times for, like, let's say, a movie
I'm
like that?
assuming that I like. We always kind of joke that they want to show it to everybody in Austin so that nobody's left to buy tickets. But but I'm
That was the
assuming
case with that.
it just depends on the film and how much they're trying to market it. You know, I don't fully understand why, but there are some that literally will do 4 to 6 times in the course of a few weeks.
Right.
Then there are other times, like V for Vendetta. I worked the screening for that a year before it came out at Butnumathon. And then we did it like 2 times before it came out a year later. I mean, it was almost, I don't know if it was a full year, but it was months before it was going to be released. But yeah, it always seems like it's movies like Tenacious D that they want to just hammer the marketing on because, oh my Lord, I know every song. And in spite of what some folks would say, that is a musical.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
stop
no,
and
it
look
is.
at it as a musical,
It is.
it's a lot. You take it in a different context. I think it was even
I sort of
Leon
liked it. Yeah.
I think it was Leon I was having that discussion with. He's like, it's not really a musical. I said, yeah, it's a musical.
Oh, he'll discuss your ass to death about something like that.
Yeah.
No,
Wait.
it's. I can buy that.
yeah.
Well, you know what? I was going to bring up.
Anybody want a beer, by the way? Call
I'll take
some
one.
oil. You want some?
I'll take some oil. I need it.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll go into this with you right now. Speaking about the number of times there's a screening now, I know that Dark Knight at least had 4 or 5 screenings, right? And you'd imagine that's a film that really probably doesn't even need one.
You know, all I know is that when that occasionally they pay me to show up. You know, currently we don't have the Warner Brothers contract in particular, but it's one I hope we get soon. But yeah, you would think.
Those movies are just critic proof. Honestly, any superhero movie.
Well, and there
would be
was
critic
enough
proof.
talk before they even started screening it in Austin that it's a twist off co-host. Come on, use your robot arms.
I don't have robot arms. I use black magic to do this. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, you see those little claws coming out of his body.
I know you were built with kung fu grip.
That's not all I'm built with, but that's for the ladies to know and you to never to find out.
See, y'all were having such a good discussion. Yeah, it was so mature, and then I sit down, he decides to get all dirty again. I don't know what is wrong with him.
Sorry,
but
mature
has
bores
it made
me.
you more jaded? I mean, because when we see these movies, a lot of people say, "Why do you take these so seriously?" And I'm like, you got to understand, it's not that we're taking it seriously, and that's why I tell people, don't listen to us. I mean, look at us as entertainment, and we're not trying. At least I'm not. I'm not trying to tell people what to go see.
Right.
But
God knows I'm not.
no, don't listen to me. I don't know anything. I know what I like. I mean, even when I'm going off about a movie and saying, don't watch that movie, don't listen to me. what do I know? But I know that I've become I tell people, we see these same kind of movies over and over
Right.
again. And so, yeah, when we've seen it before, we do get a little more jaded because we see more movies than the average person.
I felt that maybe I have gotten a little more jaded. But when I was a kid growing up, a weekend for me was going to see multiple films at the local dollar theater. They got to know me by first name. They wouldn't charge me my $1 because they know they'd get it back on concession anyway. I'd go see 4, 5, 6 films if the timing was right in one day. And so it was always kind of like a little kid on Christmas opening those presents. You know, movies, I've loved movies, and there have been movies I didn't like, but there's part of me looking at folks who review movies in general. Once you start trying to make a living doing it, you do become jaded. You know, it's kind of funny. I'll go see a movie and listen to you guys talk about it. And to be fair, y'all, I probably agree with y'all about 70% of the time, maybe 80% of the time.
That's more than
I'm
average
sure
person.
with me it's 100% of the time,
Oh,
right?
shut the fuck up.
Right?
No, co-host.
Right? That was a yes, people. No means yes.
But it's fascinating to me to sometimes hear y'all tear down a movie that I sat and looked and went, really, y'all got that pissed off by it?
I know.
It's like I was shocked after talking to you guys after the Mummy screening that it ended up with a rental. I thought for sure that was going to be some old bullshit.
Well, for a couple of people, it was.
And it was. But, I can go to a movie like that. Was it like one or two? No. But I still had a good time. There's a certain part of seeing a movie that I think gets lost when you start having to review it and start looking at so many different movies all the time.
No, you're right. Ever since I started doing this, because the whole reason I started doing this, and co-host will tell you, he's been here with me a while. Yeah. Maybe it's why we hate each other now. But I started doing this as a scam to see free movies. I wanted, and I'm not lying about that. I started doing
a legitimate scam.
Yeah, a legitimate scam. I was doing
quasi-legitimate scam.
A public service. Yeah, I did this as a television access show for a few years, and the whole reason I did is because I want to see free movies. And after a couple of years, I was saying, wow, I really don't enjoy certain movies as much as I used to. Before I started doing this, something like Jurassic Park, Terminator 2, those kind of things, I would see those like 4 or 5 times
Absolutely.
in the theater, and I would just have the best time. Even certain comedies, I would go Dumb and Dumber. Oh man, I'm laughing my ass off. Yeah. Now I feel like, wow, what happened to that guy that would laugh at that stuff?
What was the movie? I think my record probably seeing a movie in the theater was Backdraft, because it was at
Backdraft.
It was at the Dollar Theater for months, absolutely for months. Mm-hmm. So all these other movies would come and go, and I'd go see them. I'm like, it's only 5 o'clock. I'll go see Backdraft again.
Wow. I have to say Batman Begins, shockingly, was mine. You shouldn't be shocked, Corey, but
I'm not.
Yeah, I snuck in about 5. I think I saw that movie like 7 times.
Wow.
But,
I'm trying to think, what is it for me? I think either Die Hard, because I was a little kid, and that was amazing because I had to get people to take me to that movie.
Yeah.
And it was rated R, and for some reason I saw that movie like 5 times in the theater because somebody took me.
Oh,
but,
really?
Yeah, no, it was. But no, man, I do believe that now I would like to get back to how I used to be, and the only way I do that is through video. I will rent some of the worst shit on video and love it. Terrible movies.
Laser Blast?
Yeah, I love Laser Blast.
I love it too.
Don't lie to the audience, Court. There's no legitimate film. It's all porn.
You got that mixed in there too. But
of course you got to have that. You're not a man.
But I don't need that on video. I got the internet now. That's internet, the greatest invention in the world.
That's right.
For porn. No, I tell you, man, I do rent some really bad movies, and I see some movies that I thought were bad in the theater, and I've actually liked them when I saw them at home. Yeah. And I'm always, because I tell people, look, do I change my opinion on a movie? All the time.
I'm like that with comedies. I don't know why. A good majority of Will Ferrell's movies, if I sneak into a theater and I watch it, I'll end up hating it. But if I see it on cable by accident, for some reason, I'll start laughing my ass off, like somebody put acid in me or something. I start going nuts. Yeah,
just drink antifreeze or something.
I don't know what it is. Yeah,
I think the movie Step Brothers, which I hated. I despise that movie. Now, if I see it at home,
that's the one that just came out, right?
Yeah. I might I might change my opinion. I might be like, that's kind of funny because I don't have to sit there and watch it the whole thing. The only thing that I saw again, I hate to keep harping on this, but I saw Meet the Spartans on a plane. And I saw some stuff that I'd even missed, and I was like, "Oh my god, this movie is much worse than I even imagined."
I would have been arrested for domestic, air violence or something.
Exactly. I'm taking this motherfucker down. Nah, man. So but you still enjoy movies. You still kind of think, "Wow, this is kind of a privileged position to be in because I get to go see these movies for free, even though you don't get to see them in the best conditions all the time."
Right.
You got to stand up a lot of times. You don't really get to sit down and watch it.
Yeah, you're not actually watching the film. You're watching the audience. But it actually gives you a different perspective as well because you're doing a lot of your watching with your ears. Because, you're looking at, you're going up and down the aisle, screening the audience, things of that nature. And so you're hearing what's going on. And every once in a while, you'll hear something, and you just have to turn and look at the screen and go, what? You
know what? That's funny. You're like the Daredevil of movies now. Your senses have built up through hearing from watching movies.
You're wearing a white jumpsuit with stars, and you got a big white helmet.
No, man. This is pretty fascinating because we've never been able to sit down and talk about the nuances of your job, which are very compelling to me. Because really, like I said, I thought I had a different experience. You have a way different experience. Do you ever find yourself like the pick of destiny? Did you have to put that movie together in your mind in pieces just by what you saw throughout that 5 times seeing it through 3 weeks?
That movie was just special because if you're going to see something 5 times, you, especially in the way I do it, it's not horrible because you are catching it in pieces.
Yeah,
but because that was a musical, everything sticks in your head.
Exactly.
It's like listening to that last song you hear before you get in the car to drive to work, or you get out of the car to go into the office. You start singing that song. Dude, I'm sitting here walking up and down singing Mozart. Can't you see? Here's a man who deserves your applause. He is, and I know the words to that song. And there's part of me that's very, very ashamed that I know those
I'm
words.
sure there's some kid walking by you going, "Is he singing that stupid song from Pick of Destiny? What a loser!"
Exactly.
No, there's no shame in that. Now, if you had watched that at home until you memorize it, that's a loser move right there.
It comes on now. If I'm laying around, nothing else is on, and it's on. Oh, sure. I'll flip it on.
I know this left and right. You do.
Oh my God.
It's like the Rocky Horror Picture Show for you. Get a performing with it at home.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess
and I have and it's bad too because of my family background. I very musical grandparents and father, and so I've always had a thing. I enjoy a musical. Like The Producers comes on, I can't turn that off.
You talking about the
the
Mel Brooks?
original, right?
The
original,
the
Mel
movie
Brooks.
that just came
The
out.
remake too?
Oh, yeah.
Both.
You
Either
like
one,
the
huh?
remake?
I for what it was, absolutely.
See, I'm a huge fan of
Broderick
that
and
original. I
Lane
can't
nailed
do
it.
What?
Co-host like some with no blood in it? What?
I like the original. Hey, the original Mel Brooks Producers is genius. Gene
Actually,
Wilder.
it's great, man.
There's no way. I mean, Gene
That's a
Wilder.
Howard
You
remake,
cannot.
man.
You cannot. Exactly. You cannot replace any performance he's ever done. Like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh.
Johnny Depp, forget about
yeah,
it. He was
two
terrible.
totally different movies.
Yeah. And
Well,
I
to be
just
fair,
can't-
co-host, I've
don't
never
touch it.
actually seen the Gene Wilder original for that one.
Okay,
I'll go rent it.
You need to rent it again.
But yeah,
All right?
I mean,
be smart.
Those songs, I know those as well.
So if nothing else,
It's an addiction.
You are a musical movie lover now, just by circumstance.
Right.
Yeah, no, I like musicals too, man. Chicago's one of my favorite movies.
I don't. I still haven't seen that.
Yeah, you like the producers, so I'm glad.
Yes, sir.
Now, of course, the obvious question here is, what's the worst incident that you had? I mean, have you actually had to manhandle somebody and pull them out the theater?
Anything where the real cops are actually involved.
Oh, look at you, man.
It's never gotten that far, fortunately. The most folks, the worst things have ever gotten, we've asked some folks to leave and escorted them out, and that's about it.
And they're cool, usually?
No, they're.
Well, let's hear that. What happened?
Well, no, I mean they're yelling, you're a dick, you're a cocksucker, whatever. Calling my
heard
mother
it all,
names.
huh?
Yeah, but I mean that doesn't bother me. It's like, yeah, well, I'm in here, you're out there.
Yeah,
bye.
exactly. Yeah, you're throwing them out. Who
Right.
cares?
Your mother blows penises for $2. How dare you?
I sometimes wonder if you split open co-host's head, if there's not just 1,000 little pussies running around here.
that and blood, man. It's all
All
it is.
pure
man.
comic
No,
genius.
there's a couple of breasts running around in there too. So. That's the first time I've ever heard you describe like that.
What?
There are 1,000 little pussies running around in your head.
Well,
Vaginas.
But JJ,
Yeah, the JJ's in your head.
Call 'em what you
The JJ 3000.
I call it pure gold.
Now, you know something? Like you know what to do with that. Now, I have a question here about an incident that happened, and I think you were there for it. And the manager took care of it at the theater, but I don't know if it was handled right. I think maybe you should have handled it. There was a guy, and he was wrong, but I don't think I need to go to this level. He took a popcorn bucket out the trash can and went and refilled it at the concession stand.
I heard about this.
Yeah, no, that's got a.
I wasn't at this one, but I've heard about it.
Okay,
yeah.
all right. Now, what happened was,
And this,
well,
not to disparage the innocent, but if it is the person I believe it was, he's a pain in the ass anyway.
well, okay, I don't think it is. I know because this guy was not a regular.
Oh, okay.
No, I you know what? I know who you're thinking of, but without you even saying it, I
There's
know.
there's already a culprit.
Yes, and no, it was not him.
Okay.
No, it was a guy I hadn't really seen before. The manager came in and said, "Oh, did you take that out the trash can?" Make this whole thing out of it. It's saying almost like he was stealing, which he was, but he's like, "It's a popcorn tub." Now I would have said, "Hey, this is how I would have handled it." I would have said, "I know you did this. There's people in here that don't want to cause a disturbance. Go ahead and throw that away and don't do it again." And if I ever see you doing it again, and you're banned from the theater. But it turned into this whole thing where the guy got kicked out, and then when he was on his way out, he picked up his little girl and hit somebody on who uses a cane, and then that turned into this guy attacked me with his little girl. Like he used his little girl as a weapon, and then the police are called, and it's all in the hallway, and it's this big deal. Now, I mean, did this go out of proportion? Did this go crazy?
Well, again, you're dealing with a crowd that doesn't understand that they're getting to see a free movie. We're joking about the bad regulars, but there are some good regulars. I mean,
there's a lot of them. The majority of them, I would say, cool.
And I would say proportionately, there are more bad regulars than there are bad non-regulars, folks that are coming for the first time or have only done a screening or two.
Really? So you think, wait a minute, so out of all the regulars that come there, now
I think proportionally there's more a-holes, or assholes. I keep forgetting this isn't family friendly. I think proportionally there's more assholes in the regular group.
See, when I come in, I'm just friendly with everybody because I got nothing to lose. It's not my job. They say hi, and I've seen them for years, and they're cool. But that's interesting to hear that from you. You think that a lot of them give you trouble, and a lot of them just assholes.
Yeah. Okay. And it's not the first 20 to 30 regulars. Mm-hmm. There are other people that that are always kind of in the middle of the. See, that's the funny thing is there's another group of regulars that you probably never see because they let the press in first.
Yeah.
They let y'all go get set up, get situated, which makes sense. You get to go see it in the position you want to see it. It helps you give a good review. But there's another set of regulars that comes in after about the first 100 people that know to get there an hour beforehand, hour and 15 minutes beforehand, and they're the ones that tend to be problematic.
They're called the Black Widows. They come in with the leather jackets, leather hats, with the chains. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Daddy-O, you want some trouble?
Motorcycles are parked
outside. Corey was the
outside.
Black Widow.
I'm the original Black Widow. I'm the troublemaker.
You spread fear throughout the land.
Camera phone cop. Why am I talking with an Asian accent?
I don't know, Corey. I was just trying to figure that out.
I saw that Black Widow had
You're
to
starting
return.
to grow a Fu Manchu there.
I just thought that I thought that they kind of got it after all this time, after years of coming, that they would say
they know how to manipulate the system. Is the problem?
Look at
the person who's always sitting in the wheelchair seating. That's one of my middle regulars. And they just know how to work the system to their advantage, or they'll show up late knowing there's no way they're going to get in and demand to get a free ticket to another movie.
I've seen that actually happen.
Oh yeah, they'll come up knowing that they're not going to get to see it because they got there late, and they demand like it's the theater's fault that they didn't get to go see the movie that was being screened.
And you know what? I think there are websites dedicated to things you can do like that to get free perks.
Scamming in a way.
Out of restaurants, movie theaters, you name it.
Well, you know what the
because
worst
I've been
part
on
of that is? You know what the worst part of that is?
What?
Is knowing most of the theater managers in this town. Mm-hmm. If you come up and you're like, I just bought $20 worth of concessions. Is there anything you can do for me? Most of the theater managers in town, if you're cool to them, they'll be like, you know what, go, please. You bought your concessions. Please go see something else.
Right.
But as soon as you come up like, why the fuck you give me these tickets and I can't go be seeing no movie? They're like, you know what? Bye.
Yeah.
Is that an Eskimo accent, by the way?
No, that was the fat black woman.
Oh,
yeah. Why you gonna do me like this? I got my popcorn.
I just make sure.
And the bad part is sometimes that's white middle-aged men that sound like that. Seriously.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have no concept. You're already in there in your comfortable seat in the air conditioner and watching your film, and I'm getting to deal with these people.
Oh, man.
Kevin Federline doing this.
Why you ain't let me
What
up in
the fuck?
Hey, I got to tell you, man, you and poor High, man, I do respect the position that you're in because High is one of my best friends, man. He's this guy. He works a lot of the screenings, and this is where I've seen it happen with him. He tells me all this stuff. When we go eat dinner, he's like, man, I had to deal with this woman who she gave me a lot of shit. I had to give her a ticket to get her out the theater to something else.
Wow.
And, I mean, you guys, I got to respect what you do because you deal with a lot of shit.
You're lucky I'm not working there. I just beat him up.
And this is a
ask what
free
happened later.
movie. Remember, folks, these are free movies.
Yeah. No, I mean, I guess the regulars, like you say, they lose concept of that. They've been doing it for so long that they feel like, I've done this long enough, I'm entitled to
We must
come
never
in.
forget that people are assholes, all right? There are a lot of them out there.
Speaking of assholes out there, you guys want to do some email?
Yeah.
Sure, what the hell?
All right, why not?
Well,
Your
before we
show,
move,
Corey.
no. It's him and ours. Yours, no. You
Hey!
just so
You just sit over there and robot co-host.
yeah, exactly. Do what robots do. Just sit there and
I've
shut
been
the fuck
working
up.
here for like 50 years.
Danger, Will Corey. Danger.
Hey, before we move on to email, is there anything else that you'd like to talk about? Any other points of discussion? Because this has been really cool, man.
Hey, well, if you're going to go see a screening, don't be a dick and don't try and record the movie. I like my job.
Yeah. Well, that is your job. You go in there and pull those people out.
Yeah.
If you're going in there doing that, don't be stupid and get caught.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a dummy. You deserve to get caught.
You're taking a picture of Jessica Simpson or Jessica Alba, whoever.
And the worst part of it is that these studios have lots more money than anybody in this room will ever have combined in their entire lifetime, and they will win.
Exactly. You can't go.
If I have to pull you out, you've already lost.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do?
You can badmouth me, you can sue me, you can do whatever you want to me, and you may win. But I can promise you, if they catch you video recording a movie or taking pictures or audio recording, they're going to win.
Now, what are the chances of going to jail? I mean, do they just fine you?
The studios press charges. Absolutely,
they do.
Yes, they press.
So
charges.
they ain't fucking around.
Yeah, no, it's in
There's
our
no
manual.
urban legend,
It's in our manual. We carry with us. You call the police first, and you notify the studio immediately.
Wow.
Because the studio is going to send somebody down to follow up all the paperwork.
Now you're scaring me.
Hey, co-host. Hey, you better be
didn't
careful.
see nothing, Corey. You be quiet.
Got
over
some
there.
blackmail material on you. I've been the blackmail. Will blackmail you down. No, so I didn't know how serious that was, because a lot of people, they think, I've even heard people say this. They haven't done it, but a lot of people say, I wish they would catch me with my camera phone. Even if it's on, all they're going to do is just tell me not to do it again. And I'm like, maybe not.
Yeah, generally what will happen is these days the reps actually are pretty cool about letting me make a follow-up announcement right before the movie starts.
Mm-hmm.
And, I explain, look, if it's on, you're gone. And once you actually stop everybody in the theater before the movie starts and put them all on notice, then things tend to work out okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool, man. So have you ever seen anybody go to
and
jail?
for the record, folks, telling me that you have a sitter for your child, you have to have your phone on, and then saying, I'd rather have my phone on and know if my child needs me than see this movie, then my opinion is, well, why didn't you hire a babysitter you could trust to take care of your baby?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or better yet, if it's that important to you, you don't mind going back home to your baby.
Right. I mean, somebody got so insistent, well, I have to leave my phone on. My 2-year-old's with the sitter. And it's like, well, did you put him with someone that knows how to call 911? I mean, this is coming from the father of a now 9-year-old.
Yeah.
I understand there's a lot of things go through your mind and stuff like that, but really, if you have enough of an issue, you can't be in phone contact for an hour and 45 minutes or it makes you nuts. Well, first of all, what would you have done if you'd had 10 years ago and cell phones weren't popular?
Smart, always thinking.
Clever.
And second of all, seriously, put somebody who you feel can deal with an emergency. Otherwise, why the hell are you letting them watch your kid?
There you go.
There you go. See, people, don't be stupid out there. If you got a kid, you
and the
lost
worst.
all your freedoms.
And I've just gone ahead and started telling people this before the movie starts. If you get up, run out of the theater, and I have a guard out there, all the screens require it, and you answer your phone, we know your phone was on in the theater.
Yeah.
So we're going to tell you to just go ahead and take your call on out to your car.
And
That's some Batman detective work.
Take your call on home. Yeah.
Ah.
See, this is why he's the head nigga in charge here.
Right.
and in response to what you're asking before all that, though, is the phone being on is not going to get you thrown in jail. It's if we catch you with copyrighted material.
Yeah.
Theoretically, we could have really strung that kid out who took a picture of Jessica Simpson.
Yeah.
Having your phone on, you're just going to get thrown out of the movie.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Got you, man. It's serious business. There you have it. This is what we have you right here for, to let people know that you can go to jail behind this. Or even if you don't take any material, copyrighted material, pictures, videotape, you can get kicked out. Mm-hmm. So no funny business here, people. Listen to this man.
No one is above cinema law.
Exactly. No one is above the law. Who do you think you are? You're nobody compared to this man. You're no one.
Yeah, watching dumb movies.
You're nothing.
He ain't got nothing.
What do you think?
Hey, Corey, why are you texting me, man? I'm right here.
Hey, no texting.
I didn't take no text. I took a picture of you.
It's against the law.
Are you copyrighted material?
Depends on what you're going to use that picture for.
Oh, well.
I may be copyrighted, way copyrighted.
But you wouldn't blame me if I was like taking all kinds of pictures of Jessica Alba during whatever movies.
Well,
right?
he wouldn't blame you.
I wouldn't blame you.
You wouldn't
I'd throw
blame
you
me,
out
right?
and send you to jail. But I
Yeah,
wouldn't
hey,
blame
he's got
you.
a job to do. Yeah, he wouldn't blame you, but
He's like, can you blame me? Look at her. Look at what she's doing up there.
okay.
My job versus your stroke material.
Yeah, exactly.
I win.
Let me ask you this: I wouldn't blame you if you feel like it's worth going to jail for. How about that?
If Jessica Alba does a full-on nude scene, I'll be more than happy going to jail for 40 years.
When that Nazi
I
has
will
you
be
bent
fine
over,
with that.
Hey, co-host, when that Nazi, I'm sure you got a hole somewhere on you. You know, let's just say theoretically, you go to jail.
Yeah.
I hope you're thinking about Jessica Simpson with a strap on, doing you in your hole when that Nazi, that big ass Nazi, gets a hold of your ass, and that big ass gang member, whatever it is.
Never.
Is that worth it
Do
to
the
you?
Aryans not like the robots? I don't know. You know, that's a
I
good
think
question.
the robot race. I think they don't like. I think they just hate everybody.
I'm
But
gonna,
in jail,
I'm gonna find somebody with a magic marker and make a little Hitler mustache on me. I'll download some Hitler quotes and I'll be fine. I'll
talking
be fine.
really
Don't worry
bad
about
German.
me.
Hey, Flinsky.
Flinsky, Schultz,
Und Klagenschiemenheimers.
I know nothing.
Nothing.
All right, now how do we go into Hitler talk here? What the hell?
I
It's
don't
time-
know. You
it's
brought it
time
up, Corey.
It's time to go into some email because we got the movie Nazi up here. Right? Fascist. Okay, here we go. We
Okay,
got.
so Corey doesn't want to see any more screenings.
No,
You're messing up
Uh-oh.
already.
The SS is here.
You're messing with the Charles Bronson, the movie screenings. Yeah.
I know this guy's a Clint Eastwood. He's the Dirty Harry of piracy. Okay, let's go ahead and get us some email.
Yes.
All right, let's see.
Yes, no. Corey's not like that. Yes.
Super
am I?
duper email.
Okay, here's some email directed towards you, co-host. It says.
What did I do?
It says,
Never
hey,
saw it.
I can't see this screen too well 'cause I'm far back, so I'm going to try and read this as best as I can. Hey, I've been wanting to ask you a question. In the last couple of weeks, I've really fell in love with this site. I've been downloading old stuff, and I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I really love what you guys do. I'm going to paraphrase right here. Okay, it says, anyway, I've been wondering, what are you guys' feelings about co-host? Because sometimes it sounds like you guys can't stand him. Specifically, Oscar. On the Oscar pool thing that we did. It says specifically on the Oscar pool 2008 video. And it says, anyway, I'm just curious. Peace and happiness later. I like the way he says, do we not like you? And peace and happiness.
You know, I'm gonna take this one because I just got to know co-host tonight, and he's an ass.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, he's a nice enough guy, but he's an ass.
Hey,
You
it's
know,
better to be- hey,
he's
it's better-
that drunk uncle that you always you see at family gatherings, and he's okay the first hour, but once he's gotten into the booze, he just turns into a completely different
dare
person.
you,
Yeah,
sir?
exactly.
You walk into
I
my
know.
house and talk to me like that? I'd rather be an ass than look like an ass. I don't care who you work for.
You see what I deal with?
son of a
You see
bitch.
what I have to do
Hey, why
with
don't you
here?
give this guy free popcorn and get him out the door, Corey, all right? Coming in here and
Kick him out of here. Huh?
My kingdom.
Okay, now to answer that question on my part, we don't always get along.
Why don't you like me, Corey?
It's not that I don't like you. It's just
He
that,
loves
like,
you.
As he said, you're an ass, man.
heard that.
You're not the easiest person to get along with.
How am I not the easiest person to get along with? Just because I express my opinions and I disagree with you guys all the time and
You
think
are-
whatever comes out of your mouth is dumb, I'm the bad guy?
Maybe just a little bit too honest is what I'd have to say. You don't make the best first
Honesty is
impressions.
the best policy, Corey. I read that on the internet.
Not in your case. Not in your case at all. You don't
Come
know
on.
that you don't have a balance. But co-host is a necessity. If I cannot get anybody else to do anything with me, I can always call on the co-host. Co-host and I have been around for years. A lot of people don't know the story about you, co-host. Now this is the broadcast where people are going to learn about you because there's been a
All
lot
right.
of speculation of what's happened because a lot of people put lies out there.
People have plenty of theories, a lot of rumors going around.
When I was
Never did those things to Katie Holmes.
Tell you
I don't
what,
care anybody says.
I was friends with yeah, I'm on stereotype here because that's just the way the story is. I was friends with an Asian kid, guy when he was young, back when I was in high school. The guy wasn't even in college yet, playing around with stuff, talking about I'm gonna build the first talking robot. And he actually built a machine with a little bit of a consciousness, soaked up a lot of verbal skills from his surroundings. But for some reason, your skills came out being permanently on smartass. And there was nothing he could do with you. Guy moved on to go to MIT. Working at MIT, one of his greatest creations is probably you, but he couldn't even stand your ass.
You mean my father?
Okay, wait. Oh, well,
You met my father?
you didn't know you were Asian, did
I
you?
thought I was Mexican. I'm Asian now? What the hell? I thought the Mexicans put me together.
Yeah.
So I got all this duct tape all around me on the back end here. What?
Oh, he
When he's
thought-
rolling down the road, you hear da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, we got rims on him.
Old
wondering
English
why I
lettering on
always-
the back.
Like,
I always
yeah,
had a
flames on his
fascination
side.
with fancy rims, but An Asian guy put me together?
Yeah, I'm sorry to tell you. But Asian guy put you together, man. He's out there somewhere. He doesn't want to have anything to do with you anymore.
Doesn't want my creator,
You
my
were a
father doesn't want
you
anything
were a
to do with me?
disappointment. You weren't the intelligence that he thought you would be. He's working on a different version right now, but you were seen as a failure, which is why he will not have anything to do with you.
So I'm like just all the scraps that kind of just rolled all together and created me?
You're the shit that rolled down the leg.
You be quiet!
I hate to tell
Corey!
you that. It
Say it ain't so, Corey.
happens.
Well,
man.
you know what? Screw him. I don't need him. Hey, I know who I am. I'm awesome, all right? And all my opinions, they're always right, all right? So you, Corey, yeah, that's... I gotta do some research.
I know you're
about
hurt.
this.
I know you're hurt, man.
What
But
are
don't
you
worry
talking
about it. Don't worry
you
about
never
it.
met my father. You don't know him.
We still love you, co-host.
Trust your
What is
emotions,
this
co-host.
love? What is this love you speak of?
You know this to be true.
No, it's not true. I know it to be not true.
But hey, you're good enough for us. How about that? We put you to good use.
All right.
Maybe someday he'll come back and see you.
Maybe one day he'll grow up.
Someday.
Okay. Now, here's another question here that this guy, it's not even a question. I don't even want to say this kid's name because it's some serious shit he's
Say it,
thinking
Corey.
about.
Say
no,
it.
I would not say it. But I've been having this discussion with this guy who's been, now he says this. Now you tell me, first of all, you tell me what you think about this. This is a serious email. This guy said, my friends and I want to make a porn film and we have the girls to do it. And the reason why I want to do this is because I want to be a writer and I want to have material that will give me, I want to have good material to write with.
Well, what
That's
are you waiting for?
Yeah,
Do
that's
it.
a kid that wants to be in porn. He wants to get laid.
Hey, that's what I said.
He does want to get laid. Yeah.
Yeah, do you? Okay, let me seriously tell me this. Do you buy this whole thing of I want good material for writing?
Well, number one, I really don't buy that.
Well,
He
it
has the girls
depends.
lined
If
up.
it works, he needs to call me and let me know because I missed out a part of my childhood.
Exactly. How did you do it? I mean,
Any
kids-
kid putting this together, I have friends that want to do it. What? I think he's lying. Yeah, it sounds like he's lying to me. But if
What
it
the
is
hell
true,
is that movie where they're going to make the porn?
That's,
the girl next door.
next door.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like this. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna tell you my opinion.
Let's assume it's true. All right.
Okay, let's assume because I told him. I did say this. I said this isn't real. That was my first email.
Right.
I said, man, this is not real. Good try. And he came back and said, no, it's real. We would seriously want to do this. So if he's taking it this seriously, okay, I'll go
I
along.
wonder, are they waiting to ask Corey to be a stunt cock?
Oh, I hope not. I think that's
All of a sudden, it's a white penis and it's traded out with a black penis.
Yeah. Corey will get
Stunt
arrested. And yeah, the next day somebody's going to click on spill and it's no longer going to be there.
Yeah, exactly. It's a black penis with a mustache. Hey, that doesn't look like that last penis. No, I just told this kid. I said, look, man, you do not need to do porn to have good material for writing.
Hey,
Now-
Corey, y'all
yeah.
keep talking. I'm going to run outside and see if Dateline's
Exactly. No, it's-
Exactly. There you
no,
go.
the guy's like 20 now, so it's not like it's not.
Now,
like
when the hell did you start talking to this kid?
Oh, when he was 15. No, no, I didn't. No. Hey, what are you doing?
Talked him into it.
I'm the one that told him. Yes, you know, video cameras are very cheap these days.
What a super duper idea, kid.
No,
You
I
can go
told.
places.
No, I was talking to him when he was like 19. Now I think he's 20 now, and I just said,
Okay.
"Look, man," I said, "Don't do this. All right. I mean, you just want to get laid. That's all it is."
So
I mean, let's be
basically, you're
honest.
telling me he's going to do this so he can have something to write
Yeah,
about.
and I'm saying, I say, if you really,
His
I
whole
say,
purpose for making a porn is so that he has material to
exactly.
write about.
Oh,
Like, damn, man, you can't go out to the ER unit at your house, or
Yes,
you can't
yeah.
go. I mean, you can't even like.
It's a great angle. If I was 19 again and unmarried,
Okay, you're not
I wish
helping
I'd
here,
have
man.
thought of it.
You do it, huh?
You were not helping here at all. God damn it.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what, Corey. The brute strength of reality will kick in as soon as all of them are there in that room.
Yeah.
And they have to get naked.
Yeah.
If they can like somehow get past that major part of this whole thing,
The girls will
then
go-
then
all
we'll
go.
see. Yeah, then we'll see if it actually falls through. God knows these are still stupid kids. One kid's a little subconscious about his,
About his
big
belt-
ass,
his
big
love
ass, and
handles
his
and-
chunky ass love handles, watching all them damn movies.
This
And then
kid
the
might be a
girls all
stud.
go Katherine
The girls will
Heigl.
start
I'm
laughing.
not taking my clothes off.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
nothing here to
Yeah.
act with.
As soon as the first girl starts crying, as soon as that camera's in her face, telling her more feeling, then
like you said, the reality's gonna hit.
Reality's going to get hit very hard, and it's going to be very awkward.
Well,
for
then you
all
know
of
what? He'll have his writing material. Look, if you're gonna do it, do it. I got nothing against pornography. I tell people I watch pornography. Okay, I don't want little kids. I'm not a role model. Okay, but I'm not encouraging you to go out and do bad things. But I have nothing against it. That's me. I'm being honest. But do I encourage people to go out and do it? No, don't. I mean, no.
I mean, that is just going to be another.
That's a niche market.
It is going. Well, it's going to be
$1 billion market. Hey, this kid may be a billionaire by next year. For all I know, I'll be like,
porn's a big reason HD and Blu-ray the battle finally.
Yeah, I'll be like, shit. I'm sorry, I told you no.
It'll probably be creepy to some people. The older you get, and if you feel like telling that story about what you tried to do at one point when you were younger. It may be. I mean, to some people, it may be interesting. To other people, it may just be embarrassing. They'll probably feel sorry for you. But you know what? The thing is, that's what's great about life. When you're that age, you're allowed to make stupid mistakes, like let's say like that. And hopefully, once it's all over and done with, maybe you'll learn something about yourself. Your friends will learn something about themselves, and you'll eventually decide if that's something that you want to keep going with as far as aspiring to be a porn star. Nobody aspires to be a porn star.
Yeah.
I can guarantee.
I'm sorry. As much as I don't have anything against porn, as much as I might watch it or do whatever, I do not think that's a lifestyle to try to strive for. I'm sorry, I don't.
Hey, you know what? This kid should do himself a favor and try to look up some porn star biographies and see how they got into it.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, a majority of the time, it's always by accident. It's always another goal. They happen to be at the wrong place, and somebody just preys on that weakness of theirs and takes them to another level.
What was the famous 70s? Was it Deep Throat?
John Holmes.
Oh, yeah.
Where she
Deep.
came out,
Oh, I'm sorry.
She came out and she's I was forced into this, and this was not fun. This was not my idea. Now you have to be able to kind of look at it and go, well, okay, how much of that's true and how much of it's trying to make up for mistakes in her.
Exactly.
But you never hear of a happy ending.
No.
Are you hear about somebody who was in it and then they got out and they do have a career? I think, as a matter
Tracy
of fact,
Lords.
No, in this day and age, the most scary thing is, and I may just talk like this guy right here now if these girls listen to this, but one of them may want to run for Congress. One of them may want to be president. One of them may want to be a CEO at a big company. And there's a porn movie sitting out there on the internet.
Thank you.
Paris Hilton. I mean, now, granted, we all know that those media whores did it so that they get more attention. But that shit ends up on the internet. You're not keeping that secret.
No.
And as a matter of fact, man, I would even say the reason why you don't want to do it, if you have a conscience. I mean, if you have a conscience whatsoever, and because he wrote to me and said, I want to see how awkward it is for these girls. If you really care for these girls, it's more detrimental for girls to be in pornography because chances are slim for women anyway. And if you really want to ruin their chances of doing something bigger later, do this.
Yeah, really. Who knows okay, granted, somebody out there knows the names, but I don't know who the dude was that was railing Paris Hilton.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well,
but I know Paris Hilton.
That's a very good point, man. Yeah, man, it's so many bad things that can go wrong. And look, if you really want to do this, I can't stop you. I mean, if you're doing this to get laid and you think that's what you want to do in life, be a porn star, whatever, you're a guy. You may get off and do it and then get away with it later. Or you might be a porn star. Who knows? That might be a calling.
But you always remember.
Or your dad may walk in while you're filming.
Yeah, exactly.
He might say, "Damn, son,
like I was about to say, always remember. Eventually, down the road, there will always be some kind of consequence because of it.
Yeah, and
Don't
I think
ever fool yourself.
And if you want to be a writer. If you sincerely want to be a writer and getting laid has nothing to do with it, then find inspiration somewhere else. I'm begging you, man.
You know what, pal? Look up the writers that you admire and look and read about their past. And I almost guarantee you, none of them, you'll never see porn star in the same thing.
Hell, come hang out with me and Corey at a movie screening and just observe those people. Yeah. You could get days of material watching these people.
Oh, yeah. There's so many crazy people that you can look from afar. You don't have to put yourself in a situation like that. Anyway, you've heard you've heard all your father figures.
And you know, we've already seen every kind of crazy-ass scenario. We've read about every crazy-ass scenario dealing with porn stars. And it's old material.
Yeah, what can you do?
Who gives a crap? Yeah, what exactly can you do? If you tell me that an alien somehow came down from the heavens and all of a sudden started gang raping one of the girls, that may be interesting, but it ain't going to happen.
You know, son, you hit on a good point. Pornography, be it for better or for worse, has kind of become mainstream.
It's oversaturated. It's on
taboo.
the internet.
Yeah, exactly. It's lost its taboo. I mean, once that thing, 2 girls, 2 cups hit mainstream and people can laugh at that, it's not even shocking.
Y'all want to hear something funny, co-host Corey? You know, I've never seen it.
I haven't seen it either. Don't want to see it.
I don't have any
No, I don't
no
have
comment to me whatsoever.
No
desire.
comment.
No, 2 girls, 1 cup. No desire at all. But have you noticed it's in mainstream movies now? People make fun of it.
People are talking about it.
You can't do anything
Nobody
that's shocking
cares.
here, man.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. You know what? It's not interesting.
You want to do something cool? Go out and be homeless for about 3 weeks and live with the homeless and do
There you
something
go.
like that. I mean, don't do pornography. Yeah, you want to do something worthwhile? Do something hard.
To be honest, if you're just looking for an angle, write about the porn industry.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally were the deciding factor in the HD Blu-ray war.
There you go.
I mean, there is a lot of money in that industry that doesn't involve
I told him to write a story about his dumbass friends trying to do it.
Yeah.
Don't you be involved.
You know what? That's a perfect. I was just about to say that you should just write about your whole experience, trying to figure out why you need to do this,
and
write
why three
all
wise
that
men
crap
from
down.
Spill.com convinced you and showed you
Exactly.
the error of your way.
I'm not going to read it, but I know Corey's going to read it.
I'll read it 3 times over.
Hey, look, there's my name.
Write about me. Yeah. Anyway, so we've come up past a little bit of an hour. This is going to stop recording any minute now.
All right.
Camera phone cop, thank you so much. This has been wonderful. This has been a great experience here.
It's been a lot of fun.
No, this worked out better than I thought it would. Had a lot of fun talking to you. You gave me a little more insight on this whole thing that you do than I ever realized.
Hopefully we
has
can do it
happened
again
here.
sometime.
Yeah, a lot has happened here.
You are welcome here anytime. Anytime you want to do this. This is great.
Yeah. If I'm here alone, you're not welcome here. But if Corey's here, you're more than welcome here. You can drink all his beer.
Okay, now you see why nobody likes him.
Look,
do.
I just learned about my Asian father, apparently.
Sorry to shake you up. And now
and
your whole
I'm
world is
supposed to just
crushed.
deal with
Well,
this
what if
like
your
everything's
Asian
all right?
father's Jet Li? Isn't that okay?
No,
I can tell you what,
he's in
his
the Mummy,
Asian father
crying
was
out
no
loud.
Jet
No,
Li.
I'm
I can tell you
ashamed
that
of him.
much. His Asian father, he didn't even know what a vagina was when I knew him. So anyway, that's it. We got to get out of here. Thank you guys so much. This has been the Couple of Cold Ones bonus. My gift to you.
Special edition.
Special edition, yeah. The platinum version. And so good night, everybody.
See you later, suckers.
Take care.